Welcome back to the Good Time Podcast. We're here with
Garrett
and Blake,
a.k.a.
DuckTakes.
So it was BlakesTakes with co-host Garrett, and then
Yes.
y'all came together, and it's DuckTakes
Yes.
now. What was like the inspiration? Like, what got DuckTakes going?
I'll let you take this one.
All right. Well, yeah, so we had Blake's Takes because I started the channel about 3 years ago and started uploading on TikTok, YouTube. But then Garrett moved in the same city, and we were able to have him join for a few episodes just to see how it worked out, because I feel like I always loved bantering back and forth with him with movies. That's something we always did growing up, and it was just working really well. So we started to come on more.
Yeah, I was definitely hesitant to come on at first because, make like a more dedicated commitment to this, because I know how particular he can be about his stuff, and I just didn't want that hovering over me, that responsibility. But
Working with brothers type stuff.
yeah, so I was like, eventually I was just like, whatever, let's do it. We talk about this stuff all the time anyway, and it definitely made the channel a lot more entertaining, just having that back and forth, because it is kind of hard to do, to get a podcast going, especially when, you're talking to yourself and you're kind of just narrating what you want to talk about. So that back and forth was definitely needed.
Yeah, so then it became Blake's Takes with co-host Garrett. And the co-host part could get lost in the sauce too, because everyone in the comments was always like, when are you going to include Garrett? When are you going to include Garrett in the name? And I know we changed the profile pic and everything. So then, a few years later, he's done with school, committed, and we're like, all right, we got to rebrand. We got to change the name. What's it going to be? And so our last name is Duckworth. So we knew we wanted...
Oh.
Yeah. Now it's starting to get the wheel spinning. So we knew...
That makes sense now.
Right. We knew we wanted Duck involved some way, somehow. And we had a few names out there, and we had a little help from our cousin, too.
Yeah,
and
the early draft name was going to be the Ducks Pondcast. A little pun in there, but...
Yeah, which still works, too. I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh, that does work.
The Pondcast. Yeah, we ended up deciding against it, though. It was a little bit long, and we did discuss, we didn't want podcast or, or any sort of variation, in the name, because, I don't know, it kind of can limit you as far as, creative-wise, versus, DuckTakes that can be anything, so...
Okay.
Well, so we got a little help from our cousin, and in comes... DuckTakes, because it's a play on DuckTales, and also it's not that far of a change, which is a old Disney show from the late 80s, and a small change too from Blake's Takes. So if you did look up Blake's Takes, you could still stumble upon DuckTakes.
Yeah, if you look up
As Blake Takes, put your last name.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you look up Blake's Takes on TikTok, DuckTakes is the first thing that pops up. So that was also pretty beneficial. We didn't want to totally confuse viewers. So
because if you do look up Blake's Takes on YouTube, there are other Blake's Takes out there.
There are.
And as we did discover, there is a Jake's Takes out there.
Yeah. It's if your name rhymes with Takes,
right,
it's just put them together.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that my name rhymes so well with Takes, but yeah, we decided on DuckTakes, liked it, stuck with it, wanted to rebrand, and here we are now.
Gave us a little more creative opportunity with logos and stuff as well.
That too.
Versus because coming up with a logo for Blake's Takes with co-host Garrett was just not working. What do you do with that other than a cartoon version of your face or something like that?
Yeah.
Which is what we did have at first, but we just wanted something a little bit more iconic, I guess.
Iconic?
Or, I don't know.
Are we trying to be iconic?
I mean, I don't know.
Unique?
Is
that the word you're trying to look for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're working on iconic. We're working on that.
Was
part.
the feedback mainly positive on DuckTakes to change the name?
Yeah. When we dropped it, we were live when we dropped it, and everybody was like, "Awesome, love it."
I've seen one or two comments that don't like it, but I mean, just like anything, I don't like change either, and I feel like people, change can be hard sometimes. So, I mean, you're always going to get a few negative comments here and there, but majority was positive, which is nice.
To be honest, I feel like the people that were supportive were probably all those people who were like, "When are you going to include Garrett in the name?"
Yeah.
So,
yes,
we got him there.
When did the conversation get officially brought up where you're like, "All right, Garrett, I want you in full time. You're not co-host Garrett anymore. We're co-host Ducks."
Well, that was always in conversation.
That was the plan?
Yeah, because he knew that I wasn't able to make as much of a time commitment as he was because of school, because I was doing this, school, and work all at the same time. So, and I have a girlfriend, so that adds to the time as well. But, my time was definitely split everywhere. So once one of those factors was finally out of there, I could put a little bit more into this. And yeah, hopefully, and this has been his full-time gig for a while now, and hopefully I can get to that same level.
For a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been, yeah, I mean, we both were in the service industry the whole time we were building up this channel as well. We probably still would be if our restaurant didn't close down back in February.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I mean, honestly, I'm trying to get another part-time serving job right now. I just got confirmed on an interview, so that's cool.
That's perfect. Now that's sick. I completely lost my train of thought. I was going to ask next. Sorry.
You're good.
Well, we can just go ahead and roll into this. What I'm curious about, this one of the sniper questions. So I each know each of y'all's letterbox top 4, of course. Y'all talked about on podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking this on the way over here.
Mhm.
Best superhero movies of all time.
Yeah.
Yada yada. What's your top 4 letterbox superhero movies?
Ooh, I could probably go with that one. Into the Spider-Verse, easily. The Dark Knight. Infinity War. It's always the last one that's the trickiest.
That's a perfect 3, I think.
That's a good 3 to start.
That's a great 3.
And I'm either going back and forth between. I'm going back and forth between either Spider-Man 1 or Logan.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
But or is there an animated DC movie to throw in there?
I mean, there could be
Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
I mean, for me, it'd be Batman Under the Red Hood.
Right.
You think Mask of the Phantasm is in the top 5 comic book movies of all time?
I don't know because I haven't rewatched it in a long time.
Yeah,
but
It's
like,
good.
yeah.
But
I
mean,
watched
it's
that one a
top
lot
5
as a kid.
It's potentially top 5 Batman movies.
Yeah.
Agreed.
No, agree on,
easily
agree
top 5
on that
Batman
for sure.
movie. So I would say Into the
Yeah, top
Spider-Verse, Dark Knight, Infinity War, and
Stick with it.
Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 1.
Honestly,
Up and away web.
see, this is why, honestly, this is part of the problem with our podcast. I feel like we agree on way too much of the same stuff. Into the Spider-Verse, and so I'm not gonna lie, I don't update my letterbox like I should. So I'll admit that right now. But if I were to do my top 4, I would definitely do Dark Knight, Into the Spider-Verse. I think I am gonna put Logan in there as well as I'm going back and forth between like, all right, I'll just do Infinity War. You got to put
Winter
Infinity.
Soldier.
That was the other one I was going back and forth on.
Yeah.
It was Infinity War or Winter Soldier, but like even in my MCU ranking, like I have Infinity War above everything else because like how do you not?
Infinity War is so good.
It's like how do you not?
It's one of the most rewatchable, if not the most rewatchable 3-hour movie.
It is.
Watch it a lot. Now that you say that,
Honestly, and I think the reason for that is because it just like throws you right into the action.
It does.
Like right off the bat, like you're seeing Thanos take over Thor's ship, and you're just and such a tragic moment right off the bat too.
man, I remember leaving that theater in shock, starting that viewing in shock, that opening scene with Loki.
Yeah.
As well. No resurrection. What do you say? No resurrection this time?
Yeah, no resurrections.
It's a perfect movie except for Hulk.
Yeah, that was the only problem.
If you would have buffed out the Hulk,
And-
the Hulk Buster at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was so stupid because he was literally in the trailers too. In Wakanda.
Is it because
they
he's
played us.
Is it because he's too powerful if he's there?
I don't
Does he
I
take
don't
out the
think
Black
so.
Order too easily?
I don't think so.
I mean, because Thanos himself even like he took over and completely dominated him on that ship.
Which is realistic, but Hulk giving up is what's not realistic.
right.
Yeah.
And I think
Like Hulk realistically would have torn that ship up before he gave up.
yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I think they went that route at the end with him not busting out, so that they could go the route with Endgame with him being, Bruce
I
and
hate
Hulk
that. I
at the
hate
same
it
time.
so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Same.
When I saw it in theater, I didn't mind. Like I was like, okay, this is funny. But when you
Yeah.
start to think about it and like the character of the Hulk and all that, I was like, all right, yeah, they nerfed his ass. Because especially in the end battle too, in the big final battle in Endgame, I get he had that sacrifice with the Infinity Gauntlet that he had to snap his
And it
finger.
was how great of a moment was he was like,
Yeah.
it's made of gamma. It's
Yeah.
almost like I
Yeah.
was made for this.
No, that was cool.
Would have been cooler if he snapped his freaking Bruce. And
Yeah, that would have been cool to see him in the final battle.
Actually,
man.
yeah, because I mean,
and then he's wearing
He's
that
still-
purple long sleeve
yeah,
Johnny
Oh,
Storm suit. In
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The in-game battle.
no, that suit sucked.
uh-huh.
that suit sucked. Like, why is Hulk not shirtless?
Got it, cause man, he's Bruce at that time. He's got to cover it up.
And then the Red Hulk, I feel like Red Hulk looks like crap now too because
Yeah, is it me or did the CGI not look great on that debut?
It doesn't look great, and it's still like it doesn't look like Hulk. Like if you think about Ragnarok, if you think about Avengers, Age of Ultron.
Did you see the newest leaked photo though?
No.
It does look a little better.
The CGI is a little better, but I'm saying it looks like a human and a Hulk. It doesn't look like a Hulk.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying in terms of
Like a little less monstrous.
Yeah, it doesn't look
Yeah.
monstrous at all.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like what's his name. It doesn't look like Indiana Jones
Harrison
at all.
Ford.
Yeah, Harrison Ford.
No, it doesn't look like him.
That's what I was wondering was like, well, that's going to be a big challenge to, CGI an 88-year-old man's face on a.
Is he actually?
I don't know about 88.
Yeah, that's a little high.
I think he's 80.
Though.
He
I
is
think
80.
he is 80.
He's
God.
old.
Yeah, to CGI an 80-year-old man's face on the Hulk would be an interesting task, but it doesn't look. I think right now it doesn't look too bad. Just have to wait and see it in theaters.
I'm excited for it.
Bro, I wish they would have brought back Sam. What's his name? Who played Ross in 2008?
Isn't he dead?
Dude, he died.
What? Am I dumb?
Yeah.
He died. That's why they got recast it.
What?
Are you fucking stupid?
That's a great clip right there.
When?
Bro, like
Like
a year or two ago.
They had like cancer, I think, or something. Was it
Are
not
you
cancer?
kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Bro, I was so unaware of
Hold
this.
on, what do you?
You are
That
the
is
worst
hilarious.
content creator there
Shut,
is.
how am I?
What's his
I'm
first
not-
name? Agent Ross? Jeff Ross? Agent Ross.
Thaddeus Ross?
Bro,
Yeah, it is Thaddeus
what?
Ross, I think. Martin Freeman.
No, that's
No.
no, Martin Freeman's
Sam
Agent
Elliott.
Ross from
Oh,
Black
that
Panther.
is.
That's not
Everett
fucking
Ross.
Sam Elliott, bro.
Is that
oh,
not?
Oh, you're talking about
Or am I talking about I'm talking about the wrong one. I'm talking about Hulk. I'm talking about the
2003?
Hulk 2003.
No, that is Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Am I or no?
So
yes.
we're retarded. Or
Maybe.
bleep.
I'm talking Sam Elliott. That's who I wanted to come back.
Let's see movies.
He was in Hulk 2003.
Yes.
That's what I made the mistake
He was
of.
in 2003 Hulk.
Okay.
That to me would have been a perfect
But
casting.
did you know
for
that
this.
the guy who was in 2008 Hulk died?
That I did not know.
Oh,
Or no, yeah. The
had
whole
to
reason
know.
for the recasting.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm dumb. Yeah. Or
Okay.
we're all dumb. But
Yeah, I think-
yes, no, I know he passed away, and that's why they recasted Harrison Ford. All right, we're
Guys,
all in
we
the clear
can't look
now.
this stupid, man.
Yeah.
But yes, Sam Elliott is who I'm talking about that I wish they would have brought back for this character.
Interesting. Great voice.
He's got a great voice.
He does have a good voice.
Yeah,
And I just looked he's also 80.
I wonder how that decision came to pick Harrison Ford though.
Maybe because he looks similar enough.
Disney.
I
No,
don't.
it's Disney. They got him for Star Wars.
Yeah.
They got him
Indiana
for Indiana
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah.
They own his ass.
They own him.
It is kind of sad though because I know Harrison Ford doesn't give a shit.
Have you seen the
about-
interviews where they ask him like about like the most obscure Marvel question? He's like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah,
Just walks
no,
off.
and they'll ask him Star Wars questions. He has absolutely no idea. He's like,
like,
"What?
please
he-
don't ask me
What
this
is
I would
shit.
say the
what
most-
is a Force ghost?"
But
has
he
no
was all
idea.
passionate about Indiana Jones 5 in that movie. That was my most disappointed movie
He
of the year
loved
last
it.
year.
I didn't like Indiana Jones, but I
When
think that
he
is
got
his
knocked
favorite
out at the
character,
end,
though.
I don't know why. When he got knocked out at the end, I left the movie theater like, why?
It just felt like such a pointless Indiana Jones movie.
It did.
To be honest, and I didn't hate Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I thought that was
As
a
a
good place
kid,
to end off.
it was great. On rewatch, not very good.
It's not as good as rewatch than when you were a kid, but it is a fun Indiana Jones
And
movie.
Shia LaBeouf is a lot of fun.
Yeah, he is.
And he kind of owned that era of movies.
did own that
He
era.
owned that era.
And he wishes he didn't.
Disturbia, Transformers, Indiana Jones. That was all within like a 2-year span.
I love Shia LaBeouf. But it was crazy. But if you compare to like some of his other stuff,
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Falcon
Uh-huh.
is a great movie. You have Fury. He's
Yeah,
great in Fury.
Fury's
Fury's
great.
amazing. And then what's his other one? Honey Boy.
Yeah.
What's that called?
I forget the full title.
The one about his life.
I know what you're
that
talking
one's
about, though.
incredible
I don't
too.
I haven't really dove into Shia LaBeouf's catalog.
Have you seen Peanut Butter Falcon?
That
Movie's great. That's a highly recommended one.
I'll have to
Holes.
give some of his new stuff a
Holes
watch.
is good.
Oh,
Holes is a
Holes,
classic.
yes.
Classic.
Just classic Shia LaBeouf.
I think that was the beginning of the Shia LaBeouf era.
that was definitely
Yeah.
great. He was a stud.
Well, even Steven. That
Oh
was his
yeah,
show. That was his Disney Channel
crap.
show.
Yeah, you're right.
no, but the show about his life, it goes into like his dad making him do stuff, and his like telling his dad, "Give me a cigarette, I pay the bills" and stuff like that. It's
Oh,
crazy,
really?
like because you have to think like the dad's literally like driving him around to go to work, and the dad's not working.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like it's a really weird life.
Interesting.
Yeah, honestly, the life of like a child actor, like a child star, is
Yeah.
pretty wild because like that kid is the breadwinner for the family, and it's like a really weird power dynamic. You're supposed to discipline this person who's bringing in money for the whole family. It's
Then
weird.
A lot of times in Hollywood too, you see like the agents try to separate them from the
Yes, they do.
parents so
Yeah.
that they
There's
can't get more financial out of them. And
yeah, there's a lot of them who they asked
they
to
call
what
it?
is it liberated
yeah, something like that.
yeah, something like that where they're
Independent, basically.
yeah.
Kind of speaking on child actors, what do y'all think about Percy Jackson season 1 and then the announcement at D23 of season 2?
I didn't even watch season
I didn't
one.
watch season 1.
What?
No, bro. Honestly, it didn't really interest me to begin with. I was like,
It was fun.
It seemed like a cash grab to me, and then
A lot of people said it was fun though,
It was fun.
and
Way better than the movies. But
funny
that's not
enough,
I love the first. Percy
those were my
Jackson movie.
favorite books as a kid.
they're really good books.
I read the hell out of those books.
Yeah, so
I
did
don't
I.
like reading, but yeah, I read those books a lot, and I can't remember what I thought about the first movie. When I was young, I was like, "Oh hell yeah, we're getting a Percy Jackson movie," but I haven't rewatched it since then.
I
feel like I need to.
I've seen it pretty recently. I still like the first movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So who directed was Chris Columbus, and he directed the early Harry Potter movies
Yeah.
as well. So he's really good about kind of bringing to life the comic, not comics, sorry,
Book-
the
book adaptation.
adaptations.
Yeah.
and especially for kids movies too.
Yeah.
Because those first two Harry Potter movies, I know Chamber of Secrets gets a lot of shit, but I think that's
I
most
like
slept
Chambers.
on.
I think Chamber of Secrets is better than the first one.
I agree. I love Chamber of Secrets.
Sorcerer's Stone's great.
You
Do y'all know
Sorcerer's
y'all's Harry
Stones more?
Potter ranking off the top of y'all's head?
Oh, I don't.
I could try. I could try. I'm not the biggest Harry Potter guy. From what I remember.
And we don't have to do the Fantastic Beasts movies. Screw those.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
haven't
no,
seen
I
those.
haven't
Yeah,
watched
same.
those
I
either.
boycott those.
So number one, I would go Half-Blood Prince for me. Number
What?
two, yeah.
What?
You know what's funny? That's Daniel Radcliffe's least favorite.
Really?
Yeah, he hates
The
it.
opening
he
scene's really bad.
He hates his own acting performance in that movie.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
You must keep drinking, Professor.
Yeah.
That's a great sound for TikTok.
Yeah, my girlfriend loves that sound. so much.
drinking, like
But
said. Remember?
I will say, I've only seen that one once,
Rewatch it. It's
and
bad.
I'll rewatch it. But right
It's funny.
behind that is Prisoner of Azkaban.
Want to try that again?
Sorry. Right after that is Prisoner of Azkaban, and I have seen that one numerous times, and I could make the case for that leaping to number one. That was
It's so
fantastic.
good.
It's so
Seeing it for the
entertaining.
first time, you see Hermione pick up the rock and throw it.
Yeah,
and it hits, and
yeah.
You're like, oh,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah.
Let's see. What would I go next? Honestly, let's stir shit up. Number 3, let's go Chamber of Secrets.
Wow.
Let's go Chamber of
This
Secrets.
is a whack ranking.
Number 4, this is crazy. Number 4, let's go. Ooh. Let's go Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
Number 5, let's go Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Damn, Sorcerer's Stone that
This
low.
is crazy. Number 6, let's go. Where am I?
You have
have
part
one
part
and
2 and
one
Sorcerer's
part two.
Stone.
Okay, so then number 6, let's go. Again, I need to rewatch it. 6.
Whatever you're saying, my is jumping up and down right now.
Yeah.
He hates Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked with him about that. I'm trying to think of just like what I like more between the last of them. Number 6, let's go
Just say Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
Wow.
7, Deathly Hallows Part 2, and
Wow.
8 will go Order of Phoenix. And honestly, that's not to say that I like hate any of these movies, because I don't hate any of these movies.
That's
Yeah.
a terrible list.
I think Harry Potter is consistent.
I think it's the fact that he's doing this off the top of his head. This is
Yes.
this is why I don't do on the spot lists, because I know whatever comes out of my mouth I'm gonna regret later.
I have mine perfect on Letterboxd, and this is the
What is
perfect. Prisoner of Azkaban 1.
Okay.
Deathly Hallows Part 2, 2. Deathly Hallows
that's-
Part 1,
That's high.
3.
Okay.
I love Deathly Hallows Part 1. When
I do. I love
when
Part
Hermione
1.
grabs them and they aspirate. I always
Uh-huh.
forget that word. And they just go to New York.
Yeah.
It gets so interesting after that. It gets so interesting. And then I have Order of the Phoenix. I really like Order of the Phoenix.
Okay.
Then I have Chamber of Secrets. Then Sorcerer's Stone. Then Goblet of Fire. And then Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood
Half-Blood
Prince
Prince at the
last.
bottom. Oh my god.
It was Goblet of Fire was my last for a long time. I rewatched Half-Blood Prince the last time I was playing. I was like, this is bad. Harry Potter is literally picking up chicks at the beginning.
So
when he's dating Ginny, he's just cheating on Ginny just casually.
Is
He gives
he
a fuck
dating?
about
Is he
Jenny.
dating her at the time?
He should be.
Okay, but the movies never talk about
True.
that.
But he kisses her like later in the movie.
All right, that
At
doesn't
the
mean
end,
they're. That doesn't
though,
mean they're
there's
like
growth.
dating.
And eats a cookie out of her mouth. Or out of her hand. Not out of her mouth. Which is a terrible scene. The shoelace scene.
What I
too.
did like about Half-Blood Prince was that we finally got to see like Harry and Dumbledore go on an adventure together,
That
Yeah.
was cool. That
and
was fun.
and also not to mention like
The reveal.
Yeah, Snape in that one as well.
Yeah.
Love Snape.
Them
So
lighting their wands at the end.
Yeah.
was that at the end of that one?
Yeah.
Or was that
That was
part-
after.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, Dumbledore died.
Yeah. Spoiler if you haven't
Haven't
been
seen it.
around since 1990.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also I did enjoy the color palette of that movie as well. I don't know. I thought that movie was a vibe. I liked it.
I'll
give it a rewatch.
The last 30 minutes is great.
I'll give it a rewatch.
I have only seen the Harry Potter franchise once all the way through. So,
Really? What would
yeah.
if you just had a guess ball your favorite?
Bro?
Your favorite?
My favorite? I don't even know if I have. I do like Goblet of Fire a lot.
Really?
I like Goblet of Fire.
You put your name in the goblet
Yeah.
of fire.
Yeah. Honestly, to me,
Dumbledore said calmly.
Yeah.
those I don't know, those games were really cool. You had
See, I agree.
you had Edward shooting his
Oh, yeah.
wand like a gun.
Edward Cullen.
Edward Cullen.
Batman, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, now Bruce Wayne. And then the whole scene at the end with Voldemort, and then him bringing back Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cedric, right?
Yeah, Cedric.
Yeah, Cedric Diggory.
Yeah. And then everyone cheering.
That's my boy.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene.
Overall, I would
And
say
Harry just fighting him like
Yeah.
nothing is
Overall,
really cool.
No, that was I like Goblet of
And
Fire.
Deathly Hallows Part 1, the opening when they all dress up as Harry.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
people sleep on Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I 100% like part 1 better than part 2. And again, like Harry Potter, it is a very consistent franchise. Like you could make
Yeah.
the case that
Half-Blood Prince is the worst. I think it's a 6 out of 10.
That's not bad.
That's good.
That's a great franchise.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then I think my top 3 are all 10s.
It's a very
Damn.
consistent franchise. You could make the case from that perspective, maybe the most consistent franchise.
You know, if I were ever to do a ranking of that, I would have to give it a rewatch because, like,
Yeah.
like a year ago, I had never seen any of them, and they,
Really?
I found them, yeah. Or I mean, I'd seen Sorcerer's Stone and like
Chamber of
and like
Secrets.
maybe and like Chamber of Secrets, and that was it. And then I just like never really kept up with the franchise, and then I found out like all of them were on Max, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, you know what? Like everybody talks about this franchise. I am binging this entire
Christmas
thing.
time's the best time. I watch it.
Yeah.
That's what
Oh,
everyone
such a
says.
it's always a Christmas vibe. I love it.
But the first 3 are like Halloween vibes.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. First 3, and then you know what? That leads into Christmas. The
Yeah.
second half of the franchise leads into Christmas.
Well, the first one's Christmas vibes.
Yeah, but it also has Halloween.
Yeah.
The first 3 were the ones that I definitely watched the most growing up, especially the first 2. And I think the third one too. I think we had that one on DVD. So the first 3 I'm the most familiar with. I would like to give that franchise another rewatch.
Harry Potter is another one where I went through a phase where I watched a Harry Potter movie every night for like a month straight.
Jesus.
You're nuts,
It's
bro.
so
I
good.
could not do that.
I'm the rewatching movie king.
You are.
But OG, the first Spider-Man, like the other day I was watching it, my girlfriend goes, "Can you turn it off?" It's like in the middle of the night, I just couldn't sleep. She's like, "Lennon, you've seen this movie 10,000 times. Go to bed."
That's like our friend with TASM too.
Ugh.
Oh my god, dude. He's seen...
Not Andrew either.
No, it's not Andrew, bro.
Uh-uh.
He's seen TASM too, like 1,000 times, and he's always watching Agents of Shield. I love Agents of Shield. And
I've never seen Agents of Shield.
I was a dedicated watcher to Agents of Shield.
You
but
are.
that man has seen it more times than I can count.
TASM 2 is not the worst.
It's not the worst.
It's
no,
the third worst.
I've
What's the worst?
TASM.
No.
I really don't like the first TASM.
Oh, that's so wrong.
I do
No.
not like the first TASM.
Really?
What
Then
about
my-
it? Don't
my
you like?
second least favorite is my even harder take is Far From Home. I hate Far From Home.
That's
you know,
fine.
I'm not gonna hate you for
Yeah.
that. Honestly,
It has some of the best action, but the
Yeah.
whole story. Oh, Tony Stark's dead, so he's giving the glasses to Nick Fury, who he never trusted,
Right.
to give to Peter Parker, who's been dead for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Makes why he doesn't give him to Pepper, to Happy, or
yeah. No,
that makes no sense. But TASM, God, I don't. It's just I think
I'm not gonna lie. Like going back and rewatching TASM, there's some great scenes in the first in the first TASM movie.
I mean, I will say you can make the argument that he didn't want to give the glasses to Pepper because he didn't want to put that kind of target on her head versus
Spider-Man can handle it.
Yeah, and Spider-Man he already kind of has put that target on his own head. Like he knew that this whole crime fighting business was something he was already down for.
But still, giving them Nick Fury first is dumb.
Yeah, that part was kind of stupid.
But
I mean,
I hate
feel like
Spider-Man not being in New York. Spider-Man doesn't go on vacations.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
He needs a vacay once in a while, though, right?
But that's just not Spider-Man.
The New York setting does kind of take you out of it.
So y'all like
the no New York.
What's y'all's least favorite? The worst Spider-Man, TASM 2.
It's
probably the worst.
Are we including the Venom movies in this?
Oh,
no, because obviously
there is no Spider-Man. So
true, but I'm saying like
technically not a Spider-Man movie.
But it is the Spider-Verse.
Well, then if we were including Venom, that means we'd be including Morbius too.
But then yes,
and Madam
I
Web.
do have TASM 2 and last in that.
I think they're about equal. But TASM 2, just some of the moments are just like, if TASM 2
has some great moments.
TASM 2, you cut out the opening airplane scene. That's probably the worst opening scene of any superhero movie ever. That opening airplane scene.
With his
Get rid
parents.
of that. Start off with the logo, the police scene. Get rid of the whole fact that he's the only person who can become Spider-Man. Get rid of Green Goblin or introduce Green Goblin in a movie before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they were trying to do way too much.
Like, they could have made that movie amazing.
No, I've always described TASM 2 as like literally having all the right tools, but just not putting it together properly.
Yeah, like using a Phillips head on a flathead screwdriver.
Yeah.
Like...
What? No.
Metaphor.
Metaphor, bud.
I'm saying, but they could have.
They probably
my boy turned into Drax over here.
It won't go over my head.
I would catch that one. My reflexes.
What's y'all's favorite Guardians movie?
First one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now.
3's my favorite.
Ooh.
3 was really good.
What do you think about Volume 2?
Yeah.
I like Volume 2. It's the worst one, but it's not the
Here's the
worst
thing.
MCU movie
No,
like some people think.
Not by
people
long
hate
shot.
people hate on Volume 2, and
I
it
love
really
Volume
and it
2.
really
It's a lot of
pisses me off.
I think Volume 2 is the one I've probably seen the most. Like I think Volume 2 is more of a comfort one in terms of like the Guardians trilogy.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna go rewatch one of the Guardians movie, I'm probably gonna go rewatch Volume 2.
It
So
has
I rewatched 3.
3.
I love 3.
That's a tough rewatch though.
2 has
It's still great
yeah.
though. Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, but 2 has really good emotional moments.
It does.
Like that's why I think that's why we love it so much. Like all the Yondu stuff is like
It's
amazing.
great.
I think Volume 2 has one of, if not the most emotional endings to an MCU movie,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It might be
With Yondu and Peter,
father and son.
Cat Stevens' father and
that
son
song
plan.
choice was absolutely
Song
perfect.
choice. It was
and them doing the fireworks at the end.
Yes,
Oh,
and
that's
them all
great.
showing
and then Kraglin's,
up. Yeah. No, Volume 2 is great.
If somebody said it gets better every movie, I can't say you're completely wrong.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
Yeah. No,
I think 3, the hallway scene, No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Beastie Boys are one of my favorite
That's a
bands
great
of all
one.
time.
Yeah.
I was losing it. I was
Yeah. That was one of the better MCU fights by far.
I think that's my favorite MCU fight
One
ever.
thing I think Disney has figured out is the hallway scenes. I think they got that part.
Between that scene and Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Darth Vader Rogue One, and even the Kenobi show had a good hallway scene.
Oh, and they were gonna have a good hallway scene in She-Hulk, and then they ruined it.
I thought that was funny.
And then I know, Daredevil, but that's Netflix, not Disney. But
Yeah.
What do y'all think about the Kenobi show?
It's good, not great.
yeah. No, I'll let you take it on that one,
All right.
honestly.
Kenobi, it has really high highs and it has really low lows. So it kind of just like evens out for me because I think
you give it like a 5 out of 10?
I'll give it maybe like a little bit above that, maybe like a 5.5 out of 10. But I do love the moments between Vader.
I think there's
and
one good scene in that show.
What is
one.
His helmet halfway cut off. Everything else in that movie's terrible. TV show's terrible. I give it like a 2 out of 10.
Really?
It frustrates me so bad.
2 out of 10?
The Leia stuff
is that
is
worse than Boba Fett?
The Leia stuff.
I think it's the worst thing Star Wars has done. It's my least favorite thing Star Wars has done.
Kenobi.
I haven't seen Acolyte.
Okay, I was about to say
Okay.
I haven't seen Acolyte, but I haven't seen Acolyte, and I did not see Ahsoka.
To be honest, though, those are pretty
Ahsoka's
critical
pretty good.
in
No,
a ranking.
Kenobi kind of made me like stop caring about Star Wars because I was so pumped for it.
Yeah,
Every week I was so pumped, and then you're like, it's about to get good.
yeah.
About to get good.
Well, and
Reva, the fact that he knew Reva was a traitor the whole time,
Yeah.
and was letting her live, and then kills her in the exact same spot where he stabbed her as a youngling,
Yeah.
and still lets her live when he had 2 lightsabers over her head. Why did they do that? Why, like, Vader would have murdered her on the spot right when he knew about it. He doesn't need this little manipulation play at all. That makes it completely retcons Vader's character. It makes Vader suck. It makes Kenobi like a little weenie for a whole movie. And then the Rock thing, that sucks too.
So
I think you make a great point about Reva. Reva sucks.
That's the worst, one of the worst characters ever in.
And also, it's one scene that always pissed me off in that show was when he was trying to stop the ship from leaving. Like he just tore apart that other ship because he thought Obi-Wan was in there. And then he stops the other ship when he realizes that's not the actual ship. And then he just like couldn't hang on, and then it lets go. And then Reva comes to attack him when literally they could have just had Reva come attack him, distract him, and that's the reason the ship gets away. It was just like seemed like
making a scene for him to like be badass.
Yeah.
But, like I don't like that with the Force. Like ever since they added that in what was it where Rey did it, where Rey grabs the ship?
Oh yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
Because you have to think about like they weren't in the OG Star Wars, and even in the prequels, they weren't doing that. Like that's not the Force.
I mean,
I like the ship grabbing. I think it is badass.
I mean, like look at.
I think it might have started with
Starkiller. Yeah.
And Force Unleashed. Number 2, when he
Bro,
breaks down that hole.
Bro, see, like that's badass.
Now, but what would you say about Yoda using the Force to lift the X-wing? Now, is that in the same kind of ballpark?
Underwater, not going hundreds of miles per hour.
Fair.
And Yoda, think about how Yoda did it. Like it took him like 15 seconds to lift it out of the water.
Right.
Versus
I like
moving
that shit though. I need that though. I need that. I think it probably did.
I understand. It's badass.
I think
it's badass, but it's kind of dumb.
I mean, I think they need to play up the Force in general. Just like I don't know. I mean, if everything was like it was in the original trilogy, I feel like we would view the Force as kind of weak because like as we continue to watch these Star Wars movies, like we want to see more power. Yeah, we want to see like more power out of these characters. So I feel like if they did kind of stick to that same level that we saw in the original trilogy, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna grab your lightsaber with the Force, and like that's it, then it's not gonna have as much of an impact on viewers.
Well, I think this 6-episode format has definitely like been hurting
It sucks so much.
Disney Plus series shows as well.
Do you like any of the Disney Plus series shows?
Between Marvel as well?
Yeah, just between the 6-episode format.
Loki, I think, has done the best job with the 6-episode format.
Moon Knight.
I love Moon Knight. Moon Knight's one of my favorite shows.
It's hard to come by someone who has loved Moon Knight.
Yeah.
Season finale is pretty bad. The ending is pretty bad.
I love the
giant
first,
kaiju fight. Yeah.
I don't like that, but when he's going back and forth
great.
between Mr. Knight and Moon Knight, he throws it and then you see him grab it right here.
No, Moon Knight was great.
What else? Disney Plus wise?
And they got like Secret Invasion was terrible.
I like
WandaVision was fun.
Yeah, no, like WandaVision wasn't the 6-episode format, but I do like WandaVision.
Yeah, that was 9 episodes.
It was 9. It was supposed to be 6, and then they changed it to 9.
And I would say Mandalorian, but Mandalorian's not 6 as well. So you notice like the shows that
I like Boba Fett though. A lot of people don't like Boba Fett.
What? Oh,
Boba Fett's fun.
God,
Boba Fett's a lot of fun.
Oh my God, no, I couldn't stand it. Like the only good moments was when he was with the Tusken Raiders. Everything else
when he was
sucked.
with the Tusken Raiders.
The ending was great. When he was like, but like, I don't like that Boba Fett's trying to become like the new Jabba the Hutt.
No, I don't like that either. I'm like, that's the
whole. And the Power Rangers are pretty bad.
Kind of, yeah. It kind of like defeats the whole purpose. I'm like, I want to see some more badass Boba Fett moments that we got in Mandalorian, bro.
And
like,
him in Mandalorian's great.
Bro was a menace in Mandalorian.
Season 2, in Mandalorian, he was a menace. He gave off just like this aura, you know. But
God, you're using that word too much, and I don't like it.
I used it once during this recording.
Yeah, but you used it last recording too.
Did I?
And I'm noticing you say it more, and I don't like it.
So does somebody saying aura bring down their aura? So every time somebody says the word aura, their aura goes down?
Now the word aura.
Auraception.
It's getting diluted down.
Aura users bring down their own aura.
It's getting diluted down, the word. Oh, man. But, yeah, and what do you think about them bringing in Grogu back into the picture as well in Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Like now he's back with Mando when he was supposed to be off training with Luke Skywalker, and then now they're gonna have the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So they're gonna have this.
Cute.
They're gonna. I mean,
but that was
it's their money maker.
That was all they wanted. That was they wanted. It's cute.
I honestly watched one episode of season 3 of Mandalorian and gave up. I'm telling you, I've like almost given up on Star Wars. Like
Really?
it's just been so bad.
Season 1 and 2 are great of Mandalorian though.
No, I've seen season 1 and 2. They are great.
Oh,
Season
okay,
3,
okay.
I watched the first episode of season 3,
Yeah.
and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, season 3.
I wasn't a fan of season 3.
Doesn't capture
Like, what was like the actually last great Star Wars project?
great.
I can't think.
I
of
would say.
I mean,
I think
of
Rogue One-
recent movies.
I think Rogue One's overrated. So,
Well, I was gonna say Rogue One, so you're not gonna agree
No,
with me there.
I would say.
you were gonna say Rogue One?
For great like recent projects in Star Wars, yeah.
Well, hang on. We got season 2 of The Mandalorian.
True.
Just
Yeah.
So that was the
2020.
last
Is that more recent than? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
more recent than
Yes.
Rogue
That
One.
I think that was
2020.
2016, right? Was Rogue One?
Rogue One was 2016.
Rogue One's like a 7, 8
We
out of 10.
have I mean, I know this is animated, but and it is technically Disney. The last season of Clone Wars,
Tales of the Jedi.
Tales of the Jedi is great.
I don't know if you've given any of the animated stuff a watch.
I honestly just watch it like background noise, but I've never actually like sat down. It's hardy like.
So I would say if you're gonna watch like Clone Wars, you can skip a decent amount of it and just watch like the key stuff.
My mom's hold on.
Very
Y'all
good.
just keep talking about. I gotta tell my mom.
All right.
I'm on a podcast.
But yeah, I would say like you don't need to watch everything because it is a lot. It's like 20 episodes a season, and there's like 6 seasons of that.
That's a lot.
So it is a lot. But if you watch like the key episodes, I think you could get a lot from Clone Wars. And then season 7 of Clone Wars, just an amazing finish to it. Tales of the Jedi is another great one that gives you a lot of like insights to certain characters in the prequels. Like I love the episodes with Count Dooku in that one.
Yeah.
It definitely gives you more of a perspective on like why he ended up leaving the Jedi Order, which I loved.
Maybe I do need to get into animated.
Yeah.
Honestly, people usually can hit every mark with the animated stuff, even with like, DC animated stuff. I feel like the animated shows are where it's at when it comes to all of this like lore and world building.
Yeah.
And like honestly, recently I've kind of accepted, something I heard this one guy talk about how, Star Wars projects these days, they're not gonna all be made for us anymore, which I know for a lot of like Star Wars fans can be hard to accept. And I mean, any Star Wars fans, like, yeah, you want to enjoy any project that they put out because they just created this.
So you think they're making
incredible
it for
universe.
kids, kind of like the prequels?
Right. I think not every project they put out is going to be made for us anymore. We're not going to enjoy it, which is fine. And I think I'm just now coming around on that. But, who's to say the stuff that we aren't enjoying, like the Acolyte and stuff like that, who's to say 20 years from now there are going to be kids who grew up and do really like it, just like how we really enjoyed the prequels.
See, that's where I disagree, though. It has been shown you can clearly make stuff that is both enjoyable for kids and adults the same. Like,
The
look at
prequels weren't enjoyed by the adults and kids the same.
okay, yes. If we're talking specifically Star Wars,
Yeah.
but Into the Spider-Verse, intended for a children
No, I agree.
audience and
Yeah.
still appreciated by plenty of adults. They did the same thing with Across the
That's Lord
Spider-Verse.
Miller,
The beginning, what?
I think that's just Lord of Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay,
the Lego
but
movie.
okay, but you got plenty of MCU movies that's intended for a very general audience.
Okay.
And
You
now
know what
look
I mean?
they've
So
done, though.
what?
And now look at what they've done, though. I think they're trying to adhere more to like a kid audience. In
But
recent
why
years.
do that when what they were doing? Look,
I get it.
I'm
I
saying
get it.
all I'm saying is it's possible and it worked, and I don't know why they changed it and now they're trying to be all kid friendly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because I know like shows like The Mandalorian, I think that is made for like young adults that grew up with Star Wars and that demographic. Because
Yeah.
it was when The Mandalorian came out, it was a serious tone.
And then they got all kid friendly in season
in
3.
season 3, yeah, I think
Yeah.
kind of lost that Mandalorian tone.
Exactly. So it's clearly possible.
And they lost their cinematographer Greg Fraser, which is big. So
Yeah. That was the same one for Dune, right?
Dune and the
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So great cinematographer for that.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you notice, like season 1 just looks gorgeous.
It is so gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. But I know it's a hard thing to accept. But I know I'm not going to enjoy every Star Wars project that comes out now, which is fine.
So let's say Red Pill,
Okay.
the Back to the Future franchise.
Okay.
Blue Pill, original Star Wars franchise. Not franchise,
Trilogy. So Back to the Future trilogy, original Star Wars trilogy.
I'm taking the first pill.
I know.
Like,
Yeah,
no
I know what you're
question.
taking. Yeah.
Taking that easily. I love the Back to the Futures are great.
Wow. Because the thing that's the toughest to lose for me, I'd say, would be the first Back to the
Yep.
Future.
Yeah.
but it's Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi that are kind of.
I'm leaning Star Wars. I think I just am I'm too in love with the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah.
Like I do really just love that entire universe. So
I have Back to the Future 1 and 2 over. I think those are both 5s, and I have A New Hope a 4.5 out of 5.
yeah.
Not A New Hope, sorry, Empire. A New Hope, I'm not that high on A New Hope. A New Hope kind of drags. It's like an 8.
Yeah.
Like, I'm saying it drags, but an 8 out of 10 is still a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's tough. Because I haven't seen the second Back to the Future in a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute since I've watched it.
I do think the third one is slept on.
I think
Back
it's a
to the
great
Future.
Third one's
trilogy.
a lot of fun.
I think it's a
I
great
think
It's
the
one
third
of the greatest
one's fun.
trilogies of all time,
Yeah.
if not the best.
It's really good. But I mean, because if
such
you
a staple though, 80s right there, Back to the Future.
see, but like if you're getting, I guess I'm kind of also thinking about it though. Like if you get rid of the original trilogy, then that means no Star Wars at all, right?
You get,
Or
it's just, you don't ever get to watch them again, but you can watch the other Star Wars.
I think, damn, I would probably
you
have
can't
to.
watch no Back to the Future.
Yeah, that's rough, man.
yeah, that is rough.
I would probably have to keep the original Star Wars trilogy just because I think Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are having me hover towards
Okay.
that. I'll probably go original Star Wars trilogy, but I will say losing that first Back to the Future, that shit hurts.
Yeah, it does.
It's so incredible.
That shit hurts. And what a great score as well. The theme song, goated.
Where does Steven Spielberg rank on your like all-time directors?
Let's see. For me, because Quinn's our favorite, Quentin Tarantino, so he's up there.
After that, would you say Christopher Nolan?
Wait,
For
what has
me,
Quentin
no.
Tarantino done?
Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, Django.
I get him and Martin Scorsese mixed up.
Okay. I'd probably put Scorsese up there as well, but I'm going to also put John Carpenter. I always fuck up on that name. John Carpenter.
Damn, no Christopher Nolan yet, huh?
We're doing top 5 favorite, right?
I guess, sure.
Quentin Tarantino, Scorsese, John Carpenter, Dario Argento, and
Damn, I'm amazed.
Christopher Nolan.
do I do Nolan or Spielberg?
I know you haven't even.
Oh,
he hasn't.
what?
Yeah, he hasn't
Those
even
are
said
the two greatest
Spielberg.
directors, I think, easily.
I'd probably say Nolan over Spielberg.
Damn, so Spielberg doesn't even break your top 6.
Spielberg has
Or top
Jaws.
5, I mean.
He has
I agree.
Back to the
No, I
Future.
agree.
He has
Jurassic Park.
No.
Yeah.
He produced Back to the Future.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, he
He
didn't.
produced it.
All right.
If he had that under his belt
He's up there
as
for
a
sure.
director, I think that would be. But I mean,
All right, still Jurassic
oh, shit,
Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Blake,
God
you talk about that movie constantly.
You're right. It's not like Steven Spielberg isn't, in that
And
realm,
Ready
bro.
Player One's a lot of fun, too.
I like
Yeah.
Ready Player One. He's easily in my top 10 favorite directors of all time.
Not top 5, apparently.
I love his movies, but in terms of like
Like his
his
style.
direction, his style, I do like Nolan's style better, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Nolan's got that aura.
I feel like I feel
he
like
does have that aura.
I feel like Spielberg doesn't necessarily have like a specific style.
He
I feel
has
like he adapts towards what movie he's making versus like
Well, he's done a lot of adaptations between
Yes.
Jaws, Jurassic Park,
Ready Player One.
Ready Player. Like he does a fantastic job at adaptations and
Yeah.
adapted screenplays. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Catch Me If You Can is adapted screenplay as well. Like he's fantastic at making you feel connected to his main characters, and I think he always gives you a satisfying ending in his movies. So he definitely has like a formula for Spielberg, but in terms of like style of filmmaking, I do prefer Nolan.
Okay.
That makes sense.
No,
you have
that
your,
makes
your
sense.
5 directors.
We watch like all the same shit, man. It's gonna
Pretty
be
much the same thing.
Yeah,
But
it's
easily Nolan goes up there.
Um,
I would say
Yeah,
the two that he wouldn't have been there though was John Carpenter and Dario
Dario,
Argento, because
yeah.
I'm the horror movie guy
Yeah.
for our channel.
yeah. So mine would be Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, Scorsese, Spielberg, and not necessarily in those last two, not in that order. I don't know. And then fifth, I don't know who to put at fifth.
Trying to think for your fifth.
Yeah, I know. He's like more of a director guy. I'm not gonna lie. That's not something throughout the years, the movies that I've watched, like I didn't start paying attention to the director credit until like recently. So I always have to like backtrack now and be like, oh, he did this and he did that. I don't know, man. George Lucas. No, I don't know.
I definitely have
He is a
Christopher
director.
Nolan. I definitely have Steven Spielberg. Who directed Seven and then
David Fincher.
David Fincher?
Oh,
Okay.
David Fincher's a good
Seven
one.
is one
David
of my
Fincher's a good
up
one.
there on favorite movies.
I think Social
I gotta
Network
take
is the
after
best
that.
David Fincher movie.
I disagree, but I respect it.
Okay.
Seven is insane.
I feel like David Fincher is one of those directors where anyone could say each movie of his is like his favorite, and no one would argue
Fight
that.
Club.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
Seven
right?
and Social Network.
Social Network,
Yeah.
Zodiac.
Now, David Fincher's a good answer.
He's really good.
So but I love Social Network.
So earlier we talked about this before the pod, and Garrett said to save it. Favorite Pixar movie.
yeah.
So what's y'all's favorite Pixar movie?
Mine's The Incredibles.
Okay.
Mine's Finding Nemo.
Oh wow, I was gonna say Toy Story 3. I love Toy Story 3.
Okay.
Toy Story 3's up there for
But
me.
then, like, I have some honorable mentions. Onward, I really like.
Really?
Onward.
What? Really?
It's not the best, but I really like that movie. Made me bawl.
Really?
Soul's
Okay.
a lot. Soul blew me away.
Soul's good. I like Soul a lot.
At first I was watching Soul. I was like, what is this?
So you're more modern Pixar guy.
Yeah.
Nah, Incredibles is better than both of them. I'm giving shout outs to those two because I really like them. My top three would probably be Ratatouille, Toy Story 3, and then
Cars.
Incredibles.
No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, Incredibles 2. I like Incredibles 2 better.
Really?
I like that better.
I love Incredibles 2.
I like Incredibles 1 better. My top three is, and this hasn't really changed much. Like, this always stays the same. Number 1, Finding Nemo. Number 2, Monsters Inc. Fantastic
I
movie.
forgot about Monsters Inc.
So good. So good. And number 3, Toy Story 2. I think Toy Story 2 is the best Toy Story movie and one of the best sequels ever.
I think they get better, but so
I-
4-4.
I
I wouldn't disagree with that.
I did just rewatch Toy Story 2, and I think I do prefer Toy Story 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in the theater bawling like they're about to kill him.
Yeah.
No, I think Toy Story 3 is very emotional, but I think Toy Story 2 is like, I think it's the most fun, man.
It's
Most
so
fun.
It
fun.
is a great adventure,
Yeah.
and a slept-on villain was Stinky Pete. And when they are in that toy store and Buzz discovers all these different Buzz,
That
it's
dude,
fantastic.
Spanish Buzz was funny.
Yeah,
That was great.
it's looking good.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are my top 3 Pixar movies.
Yeah, just kind of top 3 off the dome.
You know, I really wish I had my notebook with me because we just did a whole Pixar ranking.
I can remember your top 3.
Tell me, because I genuinely can't.
Really?
Tell me.
Number 1, you had The Incredibles. Number 2, you had Finding Nemo.
I think I had it up there.
And number 3, you had Wall-E.
Wall-E,
that
too.
sounds right.
They have
yeah.
so many bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pixar is like, they have their biggest miss is probably the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Lightyear. I haven't seen Lightyear.
I mean, it's like a 5.
I haven't
out of
seen
10.
it. I haven't seen it. I think A Bug's Life is pretty slept on. In terms of
Yeah.
worst.
Bug's Life is slept on.
I think have you seen The Good Dinosaur?
I've not seen the Good Dinosaur.
Okay. That one gets a lot of hate. But I think The Good Dinosaur, it's not great by any means, but I think it does get a little too much hate. I do like it.
What do y'all think about Big Hero 6?
I love Big Hero 6.
I love Big Hero 6. I
Haven't seen
rewatched it
it.
the other day.
That's
Oh
not
my-
Pixar, right? That's Disney.
Yeah, it's
Disney
just
animation.
Disney.
Yeah.
If it was Pixar, I think it'd be my favorite.
Really?
I don't think it's better than Toy Story 3. I think Toy Story 3 is like perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Toy Story 3 a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
Okay.
It makes me cry I could watch it tonight and I would cry.
You
Because
know,
I
it
they're
was
not gonna
funny
die.
because I do remember seeing that movie in theaters with our family, and we had our family friends with us as well because like we grew up with them. Our parents are friends with their parents, and like both of our parents are just bawling their eyes out as well because like they're like feeling the same emotion that the movie was showing them with, you know, one day our kids are going to be moving on and
Yeah.
moving away
Yeah.
to college, giving away these toys.
Yeah.
And so, man, that movie just like hit on all cylinders with not only kids but with parents as well.
Dude, I don't think Mom has watched that movie enough because she's so quick to get rid of our shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my mom too. You know how much like stuff my mom sold in garage sales for like $0.25.
Oh my god,
My
dude.
favorite I had the same pizza backpack for like 3 years. Like it was my favorite backpack. Sold it for 25 cents. My brother had a
25
teddy.
cents. What are you gonna do with 25 cents?
Exactly. My brother had a teddy bear that he had since he was like a kid. Like his
Damn.
his like teddy bear he just had it when he was older. Sold it.
That's messed up.
No,
So messed up.
Our mom got rid of so many of our games and
PS2.
got rid of our PS2, got rid of our Game Boys. Oh,
And my mom was
it hurt.
garage
It breaks
sale
my heart.
queen.
It breaks my heart every time I think about it. I can't even think about it without
PS2
getting
has
mad.
such goated games.
It does. It
Tony Hawk
does.
Skater.
Oh, Pro Skater 3. That game
So
was so
good.
good.
You can skate as Darth Maul.
That shit was so. And Wolverine.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
you
that's
could-
right.
Could do Wolverine.
You could.
Oh, they should have had Deadpool on that shit. That would have been cool.
Yeah, but Deadpool wasn't really.
No, it wasn't popular.
Ryan Reynolds changed Deadpool. It's
No, he
crazy.
did. He did.
Yeah, he wasn't really that popular. Damn, Tony Hawk though, that was the shit.
Shit, man.
Battlefront 2, even the Spider-Man games. Honestly,
Spider-Man 1 and 2 were good.
I do like Spider-Man 3 video game though. When you put on the black suit.
Oh my god, dude, the voice acting is so
The voice
funny.
acting's
Have you
bad.
gone back and ever listened to the voice acting for Spider-Man 3 game?
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
No effort.
No effort whatsoever, and he's like unnecessarily mean.
Yeah, it's so
he
funny.
did not want to be there. He's like, just give me this money.
And we were talking about, so Christopher Nolan's my favorite director, of course.
Yeah.
So you can give your top 5 if you want to spitball anything. I know you said it's kind of hard to do it when you don't have it.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to react to my 10 because I haven't seen
Okay.
The Falling or Insomnia. And it's starting off hot, starting off juicy. And last place is Batman Begins.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Batman Begins. I'll
See,
get it. We
here's
can get
the
it.
thing though. Nolan's got so many great movies. So
Yeah, exactly. But Batman Begins. But we can talk about it when we get into Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But Batman Begins bugs me a lot.
Really?
At number 9 I have Dunkirk.
Okay.
I think that's a big step up. Then I have Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Then I have Memento.
For Batman Begins. Okay.
Then Prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Then this is where I get into my top 5.
Okay.
Tenet. Tenet's a lot of fun. And after I watched a 45-minute video about it, it made my top 5. Then Inception at 4. Which Inception's a 5 out of 5, so that tells you the list.
Uh-huh.
Then Dark Knight at 3.
Okay.
Then Interstellar at 2. Oppenheimer at 1.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not mad at that
We
list
have a
at
very
all.
similar top 5 because my top 5 is at number 1 Oppenheimer, number 2 Interstellar, and those are kind of like 1A, 1B. Like those two are just my favorites. 3 The Dark Knight, 4 Inception, and 5 The Prestige. Yeah.
Like those 4 are insane. Like
Yeah. Bang.
Oppenheimer, just seeing that in theaters. That was the first Nolan I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
So I was so blown away.
Did you watch that in IMAX?
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
It was
Yeah, you
so
had
good.
to.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Had to.
Dude, the sound goes insane.
It was so good. I mean,
And Cillian Murphy gave the best performance besides Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
But I think it's still maybe
out
comparable.
of like the Nolan movies.
So maybe comparable.
Yeah.
I still give it to Heath Ledger. I know people are going to flame me.
No,
but
I mean he did a
I don't
fantastic
think people are
job.
gonna flay you for that. I mean, I
They
feel
both
like
won Oscars.
yeah,
That's
no,
true.
but I feel like people are just getting sick of hearing the whole, Heath Ledger Joker performance. But I mean, he passed away. We can't really talk about anything else that he did. So I feel like
Except Brokeback Mountain.
except that.
That movie is hot.
Yeah.
Ice
What?
Tale. Ice Tale's great too. 10
I've
Things
seen-
I Hate About You. Man, yeah, Heath Ledger would have been one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
He really would have been. But yeah, seeing Oppenheimer in theater was just spectacular. Like hearing Ludwig's score on those IMAX speakers. Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
And not to mention, because the first time I saw Interstellar, it was at home because I didn't see it in theaters when it first released.
So it was 2014.
Yeah, and then they released it in theaters for a day like a few months ago. Not in IMAX, but it was okay because they did crank those speakers up.
It's coming out at the 10-year anniversary.
And it is
next
coming
month.
out in IMAX later this year that I will be seated
I
there for.
gotta watch that.
Hearing that score in IMAX, I might just levitate above my body while watching that. It is like hearing that score just in a regular auditorium was just spectacular. I cried just from the score.
Chris
So
Nolan's
beautiful.
insane. But that movie makes I don't think that's the hardest I've cried in a movie.
Interstellar?
The first time I seen it, when
Yeah.
he was seeing his whole family, and you just know 'cause
Yeah.
you know how much time has passed.
Honestly, the scene that gets me is and I'm trying to reference it in a way I don't spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. The detached scene at the end.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think we can talk about spoilers. It came out in 2014.
I
Yeah,
know.
for real. I don't know why you try
Alright.
to be so spoiler friendly.
Spoiler warning for about 20 seconds. Because you've seen it too, obviously, right?
Yes, I've
Okay.
seen. Yes.
Yeah. When Matthew McConaughey has to Cooper, when he detaches from Anne Hathaway's ship at the end, because what was it, Newton's third law or whatever? Got to leave something behind.
Yeah.
And that way he can send her off to that other guy's planet that she likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene gets me because the music in that is just so intense.
And like it's just he's just falling and it's black and he's still talking out into command.
Yeah.
And you just know like he literally he just knows he's gonna float out till he's dead.
Yeah, insane. So yeah, Interstellar, fantastic.
But what gets me, what's really cool about Interstellar is, and I love that Christopher Nolan leaves a lot of his movies up to interpretation.
He does.
So the thing with this one is, remember what Matt Damon, his character told Matthew McConaughey before when he tried to kill him, you see what you want to see the most, like what you want the most in life before you die. So does he see his daughter?
Oh, wow.
At the end, he's actually dead. And then the end of the movie is actually homegirl setting up the new life. And so there is none of this. It's, I almost said Sandra Bullock. What's her name?
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. It's actually her setting up the whole new universe there. Not universe, planet there.
Planet, yeah.
And none
Settlement.
of that other happened because, and that makes sense. It could easily be that.
Yeah.
And then he never went and looked for her. That's what he wanted to see before he died.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, and
how
like
crazy is it that he didn't want her to go to that planet? Because it was the farthest away. She just wanted to see her love. And her love died because of it. And it was the right planet.
Yeah.
All because of freaking Matt Damon.
Fucking
Matt Damon sucked in that movie, bro.
He did suck in that movie.
Oh my god.
Do y'all like The Martian?
I love The Martian.
Love The Martian. I was literally
Dude, Matt
about to
Damon
bring
in
that
space
up.
movies, bro.
I was about to bring that up because the following year he's in The Martian as well, another great space
Martian's
movie.
great.
Let's just actually get Matt Damon in space at this point.
Matt Damon's great in Oppenheimer too.
Put him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
He's been doing some good work lately.
I feel like a lot of those actors have had a great back half of the career in the last decade. They've been in some great projects, especially Brad Pitt as well, with Babylon, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I enjoyed Bullet Train.
That's what I was saying. Bullet Train was a lot of fun. But Brad Pitt, his prime was
Yeah,
Ocean's
he's had a
11,
solid prime.
7, Fight Club. Oh my gosh, what a run right there.
Not to mention he was young and the hottest man. Yeah, he was probably on top
Getting
of the
Jennifer
world.
Aniston,
Yeah.
prime Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
And then
Prime Jennifer Aniston.
wow, why am I blanking on her name?
I don't know.
Bro,
Brangelina? Is this what?
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
what?
he
I was like, what?
did.
How are we not? Yeah,
And
I was
Mr.
like,
and
that's
Mrs.
his.
Smith's a
That's
lot
his.
of fun,
That's his
too.
most. Yeah, they met on Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but that's his
Oh,
most
they
famous.
did?
That's his most famous.
That's
couple.
how they
Yeah,
got,
that's how they got together.
That's how they got together was Mr.
Yeah.
and Mrs. Smith.
Wow, she was hot in that movie.
Yeah.
Back to Matt Damon though. I always give him a lot of credit for The Martian because that's a lot of solo screen time where he's literally talking to himself. He's literally talking to a camera. Yeah, and being able to keep you entertained that way.
It's insane.
Yeah. So I always give him a lot of credit on that.
He deserved something for that.
Right?
He was great in Oppenheimer too.
He's so good. I just watched Good Will Hunting the other day too.
For the first time?
Incredible.
That was your first time?
That was one of those movies I was waiting. I finally was like, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Can we stop doing that, please?
Shut the fuck
Before I
up.
drive myself crazy? Good God.
So good.
Yeah, Robin Williams' performance is absolutely amazing in that movie. One of my favorite monologues from him is when they're sitting in the park on the bench,
Yes.
and he was talking about a thought occurred to me, and I haven't thought about you since. That whole monologue was amazing.
So good. I
He
might
was so
just
good.
rewatch it just for that scene alone.
And that was
Seriously.
their college project.
Yeah.
Is pretty nuts. I'm gonna kill you if you keep saying the same thing as me.
Can you tell we're related?
That's so good.
What a way to put a stamp on Hollywood in the beginning of your career, man, with Good Will Hunting. Coming in as
Winning Oscars.
winning
for
Oscars
original
for that screenplay.
That movie is so well
Insane.
balanced between the serious scenes and the comedic scenes too, because
Yeah.
there's so many funny
Matt
moments in
Damon
that
proves he
movie.
could act.
Yeah.
He.
That's my favorite Robin Williams role for sure, and performance. I think. he
What
was so
other
good
would
in
be up there? Like I feel like he obviously is his.
that. I like Dead Poet Society a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, voice acting, but he's great as a genie.
Yeah, honestly,
True.
his voice acting career was pretty sweet.
It was honestly, yeah. he was just so animated and great with his like physical acting as well.
Yeah.
But I would say Good Will Hunting is my favorite performance of his.
You gotta go see About a Girl.
Son of a bitch stole my line.
I know, it's so good.
It's a fantastic movie.
And
Dude, Ben Affleck was hilarious in that movie too. Like one of my favorite parts was when he went to the interview for.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Nobody in this town works without a retainer, guys.
So good.
Your situation for you would be concurrently improved if I had $200 in my back pocket right now.
You want us to give you cash?
I mean, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
That
all
is
around
sick.
it's just like that movie hits every single emotion.
What'd y'all give it on a letterbox score?
That's a 5-star
That-
movie.
5-star.
that's
I give it a
5.
4.5.
That's 5.
That's 5 for me.
For me, it really like a 5 has to be like, it gotta make me cry or it's gotta make me really feel something. Like that's like my.
That's
little,
5-star for me. Yeah, it made me
See,
cry.
I honestly, I wish I could use that as a scale because I don't cry.
I cry
when I
in a lot
watch
of
movies.
I cry.
He used to not to, and then he's become a softie.
I
over
saw
the years.
Guardians of the Galaxy like 4 times in theaters and bought every time.
You know what's funny? I didn't cry during Guardians 3 though.
That's
Interesting.
Which
crazy.
shocked me. It really did shock me.
The part whenever he's like in heaven, what's
Yeah.
the line?
There.
Oh no, it's like, and it's been about you all along.
Oh.
Boom, gets me, and it shows like the whole story's Rocket's story, him finding his family.
There are the hands that make us, and then there are the hands that guide the hands.
So
Off the
good.
top of your head, could you name 5 movies that you know automatically make you cry?
Funniest one, High School Musical 3.
Okay.
Gives me every time I watch it when Troy's on stage and he's like, Troy Bolton, I want to play basketball. I do, that one gets me. Toy Story 3,
Okay.
Okay.
Interstellar.
Okay.
The one we were just talking about.
Good. Wait, no. My
Good-
bad.
Oh, Guardians 3.
Guardians
Yeah, Guardians 3.
There's definitely some other ones. I'm like a sucker, dude. I'll cry.
Yeah, me too.
God, dude, what else is there?
Probably another Pixar movie out there somewhere.
Coco?
Big Hero 6 is up there too. Whenever
okay.
Coco make you cry?
Coco didn't make me cry, as crazy as it sounds, but I watched that forever ago. And
Soul.
the older I get, what movies do you get? Because I probably could.
So for me, it's gonna be La La Land. Every time, like 3 different times.
That's in your letterbox top 4.
Yes, that's my favorite movie of all time. Actually, recent, like
Wild.
I'd seen it so many times, but it was up until not until last year where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finalize this right now because I would never finalize like my official favorite movie of all time. But whenever someone would ask me that question, the first movie my mind would go to was La La Land. And then after rewatching it for like the 6th time, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll make this my favorite movie of all time. So that movie always makes you cry. Into the Spider-Verse always makes you cry. Jurassic Park always makes you cry. Not in a sad way, but from that opening, not the opening shot,
In the beautiful way.
in a beautiful way. When we get the first shot of the dinosaurs and he's like, welcome to Jurassic Park, we get John Williams' theme behind it. Oh my God. Jurassic Park. Interstellar. I'll agree with you on that.
Dude, it would give me every time.
And
Oh, I don't think you said that on the 5 you were trying to list.
Did I not say Interstellar?
no, yeah, you did. You did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And in a cheery, happy way as well, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh. I never watched. Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. I thought you were saying Nightmare on Elm Street. I would never watch that
No,
movie.
not
in a
that
million
one.
years.
That one doesn't make me
And
cry.
I would say, so my girlfriend texted me a minute ago.
Uh-huh.
She said that Blake Lively movie is her new favorite movie of all time.
Really? Wow. It ends with
Dang.
us. Interesting.
But she's a sucker for those kind of movies, like
Is it?
rom-coms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like a?
But like it's based off a book, so is it like one of those sexy kind of deals?
I don't.
Like a 50 Shades of Grey deal?
I doubt it's like that.
No, it's not like that. But I do know there is. I don't know how comedic it is, but I know it has to do with like Blake Lively's character has this one abusive relationship with another guy, and then in comes another character that's like pulling her away from this abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it has a satisfying ending. I don't know. I've never read the book or seen the movie yet, so.
I'm excited to see it. I'm guaranteed she's taking me to see it now.
Are there 5 movies that make Garrett automatically cry?
No. I don't even think there's one. That automatically makes me cry. There's a few that'll like, bring some water to my eyes, but like a tear
What are those ones?
A tear will never actually fall. Like I couldn't even tell. Like Coco,
Yeah.
the grandma scene at the end.
Yeah.
Mama Coco, that one. That don't get me. But I never actually.
High School Music 3 doesn't get y'all.
No,
I
I've never
haven't
even
up
seen
until
all
High School
the.
Musical 3.
Yeah.
Really?
Wasn't a High School Musical guy growing up.
I grew up with the big sister though, so
Oh,
those
well,
ones
there
are
you- there you
young
go.
growing up. So I rewatched them all the other day, or like not the other day, a while ago. And
makes
dude, High
sense.
School Musical 3, I was like really, like trying not to cry. And I couldn't.
Is it like a nostalgic thing that really
No,
gets
it's just
you?
like it's so cute.
Okay.
Like it's so cute. Like he finally accepted his musical part and his basketball, and he's following his sweet high school sweetheart.
Which
and
is Vanessa Hudgens, right?
Yep.
Vanessa Hudgens.
You're not supposed to take beach to the sand, but if the beach is that nice, if the sand is that nice, take it to the beach.
What if you're Anakin Skywalker?
Very true. He doesn't like her.
Nah, yeah, I haven't. I think I've only seen the first High School Musical.
I don't think I've seen any of them.
I was more of a Nickelodeon kid growing up.
We both were.
Not much of a Disney guy.
Big Disney guy here.
I mean,
I'd say we
were Disney movie guys, like Disney Animation
Yeah.
and Pixar, but
Yeah.
not Disney Channel.
Yeah.
We were
So-
Nickelodeon.
Best Nickelodeon show of all time.
Ooh.
SpongeBob.
It's hard not to say.
Yeah.
No, wait. Avatar: Last Airbender,
Oh
brother.
shit! Yeah, no, we're totally
okay.
wrong. We're totally
Avatar:
wrong.
Last
yeah, Avatar:
Airbender.
Last Airbender,
Besides
no
that,
question.
because
That
I
is
know
Nickelodeon.
No,
Then
you're
it
right.
then it would be like SpongeBob
Yeah.
or like live action. I could go between like Drake and Josh
There
is
you
up
go.
there. Yeah, Drake and Josh is up there.
My favorite.
I like iCarly a lot. I think Drake and Josh is better.
Drake and Josh is better.
Drake and Josh is better. And then Zoe 101 is also very good.
My
though.
favorite live action is Zoe 101, but I would have to say Avatar: The Last Airbender, best Nickelodeon show of all time, and then behind that would be SpongeBob. SpongeBob,
That's just
you could
an
say it's the most
iconic.
iconic.
It is. It is more iconic
and
for Nickelodeon.
We were talking about this literally the other day when we were talking about our favorite TV shows of all time, and just like how we grew up in such a golden age of childhood television. Like, it was insane. We had prime SpongeBob, Avatar: Last Airbender, like the prime live action Nickelodeon shows with Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101,
Hannah Montana, which is what really plays.
Hannah Montana, Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Like,
Oh, that was my favorite.
like
You didn't even watch that shit.
I didn't watch it, but I'm saying we
I
grew up
watched it.
in that era.
You're not even talking
know?
about Cartoon Network, bro. We got
Cartoon
we got
Network.
Teen Titans, Adventure Time, regular show.
Teen Titans, the OG Teen Titans, not like the kiddie
OG.
one.
Honestly, dude, I'm not gonna lie though. Teen Titans Go has its moments.
It does. But
It
the
does,
first one-
but not OG Teen Titans all day. But I will say, I was a hater on Teen Titans Go because I was like, why are they doing this kiddie version of it? Blah blah blah. But as I started watching it, I was like, okay, this is pretty funny. They definitely go for more of the humor, but I do like it.
Billy and Mandy.
Oh yeah,
Billy
Grim
and
Adventures of
Mandy,
Billy and
oh
Mandy,
my
bro.
Billy
God.
and Mandy. Grim
a
Adventures.
death guy. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a computer.
Grim Reaper.
They had a computer game for that show as well. That was so fire.
Courage
And I
the
don't-
Cowardly Dog.
yeah.
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Like, yeah, it just grew up in such an iconic era of television.
And the kids now just kind of watch YouTube. I feel like.
Yeah. And honestly, bro, like
Thank you.
even one of them is like the Thundermans that I've seen. That's like one of the new ones, and it just
Henry
it
Danger
looks
is
so
pretty good.
Oh,
That's the only show I hear about for this new era.
I think I was like
television.
confusing both of them, but
The Thundermans, I think they're the same, but Thundermans is bad. But Henry
Yeah.
Danger, the movie came out when I was pretty young, and it was pretty good. And then they
Yeah.
did a show.
Well, it's
after.
not even childhood TV. Like,
Ooh, wait, did you watch Lab Rats on Disney?
Lab Rats.
I loved Lab Rats.
What is
Disney
Lab
XD was
Rats?
like the big kid.
Yeah,
really?
it was a superhero Disney show, and it was about it was like this billionaire who had these 3 kids, and they all had bionics, and so like the bionics is what gave them their powers.
And
Wow.
the son was the brother of the guy from Let It Shine.
Yeah,
You know Let It Shine?
Oh.
the Abbott Elementary. It's his little brother.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Or is
yeah.
that? It might be him.
Or that might be
that
him.
family.
Yeah,
It's
that
one of them.
family.
Everybody hates Chris.
Yeah, there's a yeah.
That was
Yes.
No, so it's
George Lopez.
it's everybody hates Chris's little brother.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah.
George Lopez. George Lopez? Did you watch that
Yeah.
growing up?
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
were
I
talking
really
about that
talked
earlier.
Yeah,
George
we're-
Lopez is great. Nick at Night, man. Nick at Night.
No,
No, falling asleep watching Nickelodeon, you wake up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every time.
that was the worst.
But yeah, TV in general just had like a stacked era, not just even childhood. Like, you had that was when you had, Breaking Bad, The
Dexter.
Big Bang Theory.
Sopranos,
Dexter.
Dexter, Lost, like TV.
Big Bang Theory. Sitcoms aren't as good as they used to
Sitcoms.
be.
Yeah, The Office.
Honestly, I think Big Bang Theory would be so much better without the laugh tracks.
Yeah, when you pay attention to it, it's annoying, but that show's
King
so
of
good.
Queens.
King of Queens is great.
Underrated.
2.5 Men, I think, is very underrated too.
2.5 Men. I actually watched that a lot as a kid because I would come home from school, and that was just a show that was on.
Mm-hmm.
Or I always had football practice after school, but the days that we didn't have practice and I'd come home like on time, like a normal student, 2.5 Men was always on, so I would just watch it. And yeah, that was a funny show.
It was good until Charlie Sheen left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Modern
exactly.
Family is really good too.
And you know what?
What is?
Modern Family?
I love
yes.
every scene that I see of that movie or show, like from TikTok. I do really enjoy and get a good laugh out of it. But that's is a show that I haven't gotten around to.
That's mainly what I've watched it off of. Is like stuff that
Right.
pops up on TikTok.
Right.
That's like a good background show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2000s TV was just peak.
Phil Dunphy, man.
Philadelphia.
That guy's got some incredible riz.
Aura.
He
No.
does have some skibbity riz.
Oh God.
The brain rot is real.
What
The brain rot is real. So I want to talk about this, and then I got a little bit off topic. The Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
the
yeah.
Batman, just Batman.
Batman
period.
Begins?
Batman in
Batman
general.
Begins.
Yeah.
Why I hate Batman. I don't hate Batman Begins.
That's wild.
Sounds like you do, actually.
Batman Begins.
Because I
bugs me a
know
lot.
that's Hat Guy's favorite Batman movie, right?
That's
If
his
I'm not
second
mistaken.
favorite.
Oh, first is Dark Knight,
Yeah,
but then he says Batman.
and I think the
Begins.
Batman is clearly better than Batman Begins. Clearly, Batman Begins is why I don't like it.
Okay.
So
let's hear it.
Batman, it's so good. Christopher Nolan's cooking.
Yeah.
Then Batman, the scene at the League of Shadows where he's popping around. Then they have him execute the guy.
Mhm.
Of course, Batman's not going to execute him.
Right.
So what is his plan out? I'm going to set this whole place on fire and kill everybody in the building except Ra's al Ghul. And then at the end of the whole movie, he didn't learn his lesson because he said, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm not going to save you either. So doing the exact same thing that he did earlier. So he learned no lesson. The suit sucks. Ra's al Ghul coming back and being the same is kind of dumb. The beginning where Bruce Wayne was going to shoot his killer in the courthouse, I hate that. I hate that.
Why not? That led his character to travel the
Nah.
world.
I don't like that. Maybe I'm wrong. That's the one part that I'll give somebody like that's a little bit.
Uh-huh.
But him saying the League of Shadows on fire is so dumb.
How did that go about when the building caught on fire?
So he's like this,
And
and
he
he doesn't know what
flips
to do.
the-
He flips it up, does that,
Yeah.
grabs Ra's al Ghul, and runs out.
Uh-huh.
So he sets the whole place
So
on fire and
he
runs out.
said, "Fuck everybody else."
And if he started the fire,
Then they're gonna die.
They're gonna die. They die because of him.
Interesting. I think what I really liked about Batman Begins was I thought it was a great origin story, and I would like seeing that training montage was really cool.
Yeah.
And
Do you
then,
have it in black? And his voice is not very good. Where is she?
it's the best in Batman Begins.
Yeah,
Then
it
it kind of
is.
goes off the rails in
goes-
the next two movies.
It does get a lot more raspy
gets
in the next
real
movie.
I think it's better in
raspy.
Dark Knight.
It gets real raspy in the Dark Knight.
I think Batman got drastically better because he wasn't going out his way killing people in Dark Knight.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't killing at all. In
Yeah,
Dark
exactly.
Knight. And then in Dark Knight Rises, you see he makes it a point too when he tells Catwoman, "No guns."
Yeah, but he has guns on his.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's just to like blow shit up.
I agree, it's
Like
cool.
Here's the
like
thing,
debris
the whole-
and stuff.
The whole Batman doesn't kill thing. I think it's more important that we don't see his character like not kill on screen when it's like him in a fighting situation, but when he's in his Batmobile, dog, he's gonna be killing some people. You just know it. You just
Yeah.
gotta accept that,
That's collateral
man.
damage.
Collateral, exactly. You just gotta accept that.
But I think Robert Pattinson, that movie, Matt Reeves.
Yeah, it's
If
fantastic.
I mean,
director.
I obviously Christopher Nolan is my favorite director.
Uh-huh.
Matt Reeves did a great job. The only thing is the Batman drags.
So it is long, and honestly, I don't mind the runtime, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the ending.
So
The
dumb.
finale,
ending's
yeah, the
really
finale
dumb.
was not great.
I didn't like the payoff with.
It's like a crappy Mask of Phantasm.
I liked in terms of him finding out, all right, this is what this is what Batman needs to be for this city and like his purpose. I do like him discovering that. But in terms of like the Riddler's master plan and just another blowing up the city to flood it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, we've seen this done before. I thought we were going to get some more lore within like the Wayne family to kind of set up for the next movie. And I mean, you still could. And we got the Batman Part 2 coming
I think it
out.
goes Dark Knight, the Batman, Dark Knight Rises, Batman Begins.
Dark Knight Rises.
I'll put Batman Begins over Dark Knight Rises all day.
Yeah.
I think Dark Knight Rises is just fun. And Batman should not kill people.
I think Tom Hardy does a great job as Bane.
He does. I think the setting is like the main problem for Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Like a
there's so
daytime
many,
battle.
there's so many
and
like
the cops
daytime battles.
The cops
Yeah.
being stuck under is really bad.
Yeah.
And they come out all freshly shaved.
Yes.
after
Yeah.
months,
I've
all
seen that.
fresh
Oh,
clean.
do they?
Yeah.
They
They come out of the tunnel. None of them
clean.
have a beard. Like they're all good.
Short hair.
And they've been under
like,
there for
clean.
weeks.
They're clean. No, it was like months, I think.
Or months.
It was a long time.
Yeah.
Like that's the one. Like that's Christopher Nolan's.
Interesting.
Hey,
biggest
they
thing.
were able to get supplies to them. Maybe they got some razors down there. I don't know, bro. But
And not sending them razors.
yeah, I know.
Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, the first battle between Batman and Bane goes hard, though.
Yeah.
In the underground layer.
So when Catwoman betrays him, because
Yeah.
that's very Batman-y. Puts
Yeah.
too much trust in the lady.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
He always
does.
puts too much trust in
He
ladies.
does.
That's his
And
fault.
that whole scene, no music, fantastic decision.
Yeah.
Just hearing the sound effects of the punches, Bane giving you bar after
That's
bar.
right.
Dude, he had so many good
You
one-liners.
really adopted the dog.
Yeah.
I was born in it.
Molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man, and by then he was nothing but black.
See, but then they do ruin it with Talia al Ghul.
And sometimes I forget about that.
Yeah.
And her death scene, man. Whew.
Okay, maybe. Okay, I change it. Batman Begins and
Ah,
Dark Knight Rises.
Whoa.
They're
Okay.
Equal, huh?
But nobody died because of Batman in it.
Okay. I'll accept that.
I'm trying to think of. I honestly, I'm trying to come up with like if somebody did actually die because of Batman, because then that would like
And if it was one
completely put Batman Begins over it.
Yeah.
But if one person doesn't outweigh 40 people in the League of Shadows that are like guys who Batman's been training with, like it makes no sense.
I'll have to pay attention to that in Batman Begins
Would you
because I've
say-
never really noticed that.
Would you say the Batman is number 2 for you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as an overall Batman movie, yeah. No, Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then Dark Knight, the Batman, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
I think the Batman is coming back to IMAX later this month, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
I got it in 4K. I need to rewatch the Batman.
And like we said earlier, Greg Fraser, cinematographer, cooked.
He's really good with the
Yeah,
camera.
he's
Yeah.
fantastic.
That
So-
movie is phenomenal. And
It is gorgeous.
Batman's punching and that's the thing with the Christian Bale movies.
The fight
that
choreography is definitely a step up. And
Yeah.
the Batman.
He's throwing combos.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one hallway scene where he's like, poof,
Mm-hmm.
and you can hear it too.
You get more of that Arkham
Yeah.
fighting style
Yeah,
in the
no,
Batman.
you're right.
I think
Like when he
I-
runs into that gang of clowns at the beginning,
yeah.
that part was really good.
I think Battison has a chance to be the best Batman.
In terms of overall Batman, Batfleck is my favorite.
Looks wise, all that I agree. But I'm saying, I think by we're done, by 3 movies.
I think he's got a chance.
Yeah, I think he has a chance.
I think he really silenced a lot of doubters. Like even I have my doubts about Robert Pattinson as Batman. I mean, because obviously
he's
he's
Edward
got
Cullen.
yeah, he's Edward Cullen, and obviously it's been a long time since Twilight, and he's had great performances since then. I mean,
Yeah.
Good Time,
Tenet.
Tenet,
Yeah, no, I think
The
he's.
Lighthouse.
I think he's done a really good job of like separating himself from that franchise.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a chance. I think when it's all said and done, that he could be the best Batman. I'm just gonna save it because like Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman, especially off looks wise. The Batfleck costume.
Oh, I forgot y'all are Zack Snyder fans.
I wouldn't go with that far.
I wouldn't either.
but
Wait, y'all are fond of Man of Steel, right?
yeah,
We like Man of Steel.
I don't like Man of Steel for the exact same reason I don't like Batman Begins. It's not true to the character.
Okay.
How dumb is it? Superman. So Zod is like going slow motion.
Well,
right?
he's like stopping his head from going full speed.
No, I'm saying, but why doesn't Superman put his hands over his eyes?
because he's Man of Steel.
I mean,
His
So
Man
he could.
of Steel, he could. His
Okay.
hands aren't gonna blow off. Or why doesn't he grab him and cover his eyes for a second and fly away?
Okay.
Because the movie had to make him kill him for no reason.
Okay. I don't think it is for no reason.
No, he had to kill him.
Yeah.
He had to kill him.
No, because he's like
Superman does
he's
not
literally
kill him.
sitting.
He had to kill him.
No, he's literally sitting there begging him to stop, and he's saying, "I'm never gonna stop." So, so what? He covers his eyes. He flies them into space. Blah blah blah. He's up in space now. What can Zod do? Fly right back down to Earth and do the exact same shit that he was doing.
I mean, he's destroying this planet too. Like he's got.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is a decent point.
You know what I mean? Like
I get what you're saying.
he can fight him all the live long day and try and stop him, but if Zod says he's never gonna stop, he's not gonna stop. And what are the odds of them even finding a prison or something that's gonna be able to hold him? Like he doesn't know how to send him into the Phantom Zone. He doesn't know how to do that. That was the only thing that could have held him.
You know what? You got me a little bit. The movie still sucks. The dad,
baby.
You know what? I will keep defending Man of Steel.
The dad
Let's
death
go.
is terrible.
The what?
That I can agree
It's
with.
terrible.
Wait, which part is terrible?
When his dad dies.
Oh yeah, that part's awful.
That part's terrible.
That's the part I will give every Man of Steel hater. That part is
Yes,
bad.
I will give you that part. But music's fantastic. I think it looks great.
It does look great.
I'm a fan of the suit. I love Henry Cavill's suit. That is one of my favorite suits
I
of all
think the
time.
movie's just meh.
I like the movie.
meh.
I like it. I watched it once and then I went back and rewatched it again last year, and I was like, I like this movie,
Bro, and
I'm not afraid to say it.
the music that they do for his first flight.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I can't even get past like in the opening so bad.
I'm a fan
I
of
hope
it.
James Gunn just cuts out that part of Superman, the Krypton getting like taken over. Skip that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Skip that.
And I think we can because
Yeah,
we've been
like
there,
we don't
done
need
that.
another origin
I think
story.
we've been there,
skip
done
We
that.
don't
that.
need that.
have him be a man already. Have him already be Superman in the first movie.
I think
Right.
that is the idea because
I think so.
we can clearly see he's like already at the Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Like
so good.
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna just jump right into Superman's life in this movie,
And
which
I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, because they do that in the Batman as well, right? They don't go through that whole.
yeah, they don't do a whole origin story,
Like Bruce
and
and
that's what
Martha.
they did in I mean, I know Andrew hates Spider-Man: Homecoming, but like that,
that's
I do like
crazy.
that they don't give us a origin story for that. Like we're just kind of like right into the Spider-Man
And they
story.
kind of give us an origin, like a Tom Holland origin story canon event with Aunt May
yeah.
later in No Way
Oh.
Home.
Another movie I'll cry.
Oh,
Aunt
No Way
May's
Home.
death. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Aunt May's death when she's like with great power comes that,
Yeah.
and when she said it in theater, I was like, oh,
That one, yeah.
and I'm
that one got
bawling, and
me.
10 seconds later, I'm like, oh my god.
That was a good one.
And then when he's oh man, when he saw Ned and Zendaya
Yeah.
at the coffee shop
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
later, and he's just like he knows he doesn't want to mess up their future because then at that point they got accepted into
Yeah.
MIT or something, and
He
was just like,
he said he
just had to let go, man.
and he said he was gonna go find him and
Yeah,
and
I know.
oh,
No Way Home did have some heartbreaking moments.
yeah.
No, I'm so good.
But I am excited to see what James Gunn does bring to the DC universe.
Let him cook. Let
Yeah.
him cook.
I mean, you got to. I think James Gunn deserves a fair shot because he hasn't really, given us any duds.
his worst movie's Guardians 2.
That's
Come
Right.
Yeah,
on.
that's a pretty crazy run.
Peacemaker was great.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like Peacemaker.
So in terms of
I'm very disappointed about Peacemaker season 2 not being canon to season 1. That
Yeah.
sucks.
we were talking, who were we talking about that with? Because Blue Beetle is going to be
Canon.
canon.
It's so confusing.
And then why wouldn't season 1 of Peacemaker? Because that ties into the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
And the Suicide Squad is connected to the DCEU, so the Suicide Squad is not going to be canon, which makes season 1 of Peacemaker not
So
canon
Blue
as
Beetle's
well.
the only one that's canon.
Yeah,
Makes no sense.
yeah.
What do you think of James Gunn's Superman suit though?
I like it.
You like it?
I think it's a little, the logo choice is a little weird because that's not what he's going for.
Yeah.
I think it looks really good.
I think
What do you-
the
what
cape
do you-
looks really good.
what
I
do you
think the
think-
cape's my favorite part.
What do you think of the? I do love the cape. What do you think of the underpants though?
I think the whole suit looks great. I think on camera it's gonna look so good.
I'm not gonna
I think it
lie.
needs to be a little tighter.
I think as I've watched more versions of Superman's suit, I'm kind of a fan of like the belt style. I do like just the belt,
Okay.
like just like a little red
With no
belt. Yeah,
underpants?
with no underpants. I don't know. I think it does like look a little bit more adult, like a little bit more.
Yeah.
a little less comic-y, a little
I
less
think James
goofy.
Gunn's gonna make it very comic booky.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm very curious to see what it does look like, finished product, movie done, like on the
Because
screen.
think about how good James Gunn's movies look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do all look great.
And the costume design is always.
I was just about to say that because costume design for Guardians 3 was great. Having them
was.
in those like comic accurate
Is he gonna?
suits.
I want to know how's he gonna play music to Superman.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Yeah. He
Does
always,
he do
always
it?
picks a good vibe for
Does he
his
do it?
movies.
Does he do a crap? Because like, does that fit for Superman?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Does
the
Superman like
diegetic
how
music.
like they're falling into Guardians? Does that fit for Superman like flying to save
I
the
don't
day?
think so.
I don't think so. Either.
I don't think so. So I think he's gonna have to switch that part up. But I wonder who's doing the score. I don't know if that's been announced yet.
I have
no
clue.
idea.
Who's doing the score for Superman? Because I think that will be a big part of it. Let me look that up real quick.
I'm very excited, and then Fantastic Four. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
For. So the director of WandaVision is the director of Fantastic Four, I believe.
Really?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I think. Let me double check that while he's double checking that.
Who is doing the music? No, not John Williams. Superman. Oh shit. Who
Killing
is
it.
doing the music for James Gunn Superman?
That was a complicated question.
John Murphy will be the composer. Oh, John Murphy did the 28 Days Later theme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt Shackman is the director who did WandaVision.
Okay.
Tell me that's not the perfect vibe for a 60s Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, no, you're right, because he did a fantastic job at giving us 50s, 60s, and 70s in WandaVision. And I thought those sets looked really good.
But how's it gonna mesh into like Secret Wars and
I don't know.
Doomsday?
So, because I heard people saying, like, if anyone's going to be jumping to different universes, it would be the Fantastic Four and Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Galactus is going to be the first villain, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yes, because we got
That seems weird.
right. But people got a first look at Galactus
Looks
in
great.
the San Diego Comic-Con. And people are saying that since Galactus is going to be the first villain, that he's going to devour the planet that they're currently on, Reed Richards' planet, the Fantastic Four, and they're going to jump to another universe, our sacred universe. And then that's how they'll tie into like Secret Wars.
So are they gonna be like act 60s vibe? Like, are they gonna have the 60s costumes?
Yes. Did you see
Yeah, the
Johnny
video.
Storm's
Yeah.
costume?
I think it looks great, but how is it gonna look in an Avengers movie?
Right. I think by that point they probably would give them different suits. Because
kinda need to.
you see a lot of the MCU movies, each movie they're in, they do give them a different suit.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only downgrade that I think we got suit wise in the MCU was Black Panther's actually.
Yeah.
I
I
loved
love
his Civil
his
War
Civil
suit.
War suit was really good.
And then I'm not a fan of like the whole big
Nanotech.
CGI, nanotech suit.
Yeah.
And the
They
other.
overdid it.
Yeah.
A little bit, and then there's like two more things I want to talk about, and then
Okay.
beards.
Beards.
How do you have such good beards?
Just genetics, man.
We say genetics, but our dad wasn't able to grow a beard like this until he was.
I mean, I don't even think he can grow a beard like us still.
No.
It's not to the same level.
So honestly, I don't know where we get it from.
I think we definitely get it from mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
How long does it take y'all to grow out y'all's beard?
Like to this length?
Yeah, this one for me, this is probably like maybe 2 months.
2 months.
Or maybe I don't.
That's a while.
Is it? I don't know.
What?
I don't know. What?
That's a while, right?
Is it? Or
No,
am I
that's
slow?
fast. Dude, this is like a month for me.
Let's see. This I trim it up often, so
Yeah, honestly, like it's hard to keep track because I would
It
say
is.
because I it's not often that I like completely shave it and then like let it grow back and like see how long that takes. But yeah, I'd say this I'm like reaching maybe
Okay, maybe.
like 2 months. It's getting a little long right now.
I would say this is probably like 3 weeks to a month for me.
That's crazy.
his grows faster than mine.
I'll never be able to grow a beard like that.
I grew. Let's see. First time I had a beard was senior year of high school, but I couldn't connect my mustache and my beard yet. So I would shave my mustache, and looking back at pictures, man, it did
Horrible.
look weird. Yeah, I should have
Yeah.
just.
No,
It looked weird.
mine's you can see like mine's still pretty weak connecting here.
Nah, y'all
but
got some beautiful beards.
I appreciate that.
We try, man.
It's hard work. maintaining it. You know, I got my beard shampoo, my beard conditioner.
My neck does not like being shaved though. I hate it.
You got sensitive skin.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I got sensitive skin, but
no, mine's like just sensitive when it comes to hair. It's weird.
you like these razor bumps.
Yeah.
But man,
It's whatever.
I'm glad I do have a beard because it made me look older when I was younger. But now that I'm getting older, if I do need to look younger, I can just shave it off.
You rock just a stash one day.
I think he went through a phase where he was like trimming this really short, and then he was like letting the mustache get longer. So it
how many subscribers
on
DuckTakes to rock just the stash?
Just the stash.
Yep, for a full year.
Full year?
Yep, just a stash.
Oh,
Wow.
that's dedication right there.
Commitment.
And that's also like that means clean shaven everywhere, bro. I could never rock just the mustache because to me mine's not like thick enough.
I'd say 20K
to pull that off
on
Okay.
YouTube. I'd say 20K on YouTube.
Clip it. Y'all heard him here.
Just a stash for a year? Wow. If that happens, my girlfriend's going to hate me.
Yeah.
You're like, I got 20K.
Hey, I mean the Miles Teller look as Rooster that was that was a trend for a bit. Girls were
You
digging
want to
that.
go to the beach?
Yeah.
Wear some jean
I was about to
shorts?
say, though, I can't get all greased up every day like he was looking in Top Gun Maverick.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, he was looking good in that movie.
He was looking good.
It was looking really good.
I don't get the Miles Teller hate.
Me neither.
Yeah. I don't get it. People...
I've never understood it.
What do you think of Whiplash?
So phenomenal.
fantastic.
I think it's a little overrated.
Nah,
I
I don't.
It's like
disagree.
an 8 out of 10.
Oh
Nah.
no, that's a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
That's
Really?
a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
only seen it
haven't
once.
had like passion about a movie like that in a long time.
Okay.
It's so good.
It is. I mean, it's good, but I feel like everybody's saying like it's 10 out of 10. I just don't feel it.
I love the performances.
J.K. Simmons.
Oh, man.
just steals
Oh, yeah.
the
He
show.
never turns into bad performance.
No.
Bro,
And
no,
then,
never.
what's y'all's, to finish this off, number one sports movie of all time?
Wow.
Ooh, he knows his right off the bat. I know that. Shit, sports movie.
I got one more after this. I forgot to ask, but it's
No, you're
another
good,
short
bro.
one.
Sports movies.
Dude, you know yours.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. I'm thinking.
Honestly,
if there's any others.
list them out for me. Help me here, cause
High School Musical 1, High School Musical 2.
we can forget
I would
those.
say, Remember the Titans for me.
Great pick.
Yeah. Football guy, big football guy. So that was my go-to movie that we'd watch. A movie that I think we would watch with a lot of like teammates as well. That was a lot of our teammates' favorite movie. Love Denzel in it. Touches up on a lot of great themes too for like a Disney movie. And what a great team bonding movie that was. So I'd say Remember the Titans. Great music in that too.
Coach Carter's a really good one.
Coach Carter's in my consideration.
And then
right now.
I think my favorite is Warrior.
Warrior is
With Tom Hardy.
amazing, dude. Honestly, whenever I hear sports movie, I think basketball, football, like right off the
Yeah, you
bat.
could do
but
boxing,
yeah, no
Rocky.
boxing, Rocky.
I think Warrior
yeah,
is clearly better than any Rocky or Creed. I think Warrior is phenomenal.
Warrior's
I'm not
really
big
good.
on Rocky, but I do love
We do
the
like
Creed
Creed.
movies.
I don't like Creed 3 very much.
I think Creed 1 is still the best.
Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
But Creed movies, I am more high on than the Rocky movies. But sports movie, I got to go Remember the Titans.
What was the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Southpaw.
Southpaw was good
Great.
too.
That movie make you cry
Dude,
too.
boxing movies, man. Boxing movies are good.
Boxing movies are intense. So I feel like because if you're a boxer, there's a lot. There's some past that you could explore.
Oh yeah.
What made you a boxer?
Oh yeah. And then, what's the most y'all have ever laughed watching a movie to finish it off?
Ooh. I like that question.
I'll answer mine while y'all think. Good Boys. Easily.
Good Boys. Really?
Oh my gosh. That when they answer the door with like holding everything, wearing like the leather mask and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Dude,
Boys.
I think Jim Carrey is going to be in consideration for this, and I want to say Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
I
good
want to
pick.
say Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Because, dude, like, I feel like the more you watch Jim Carrey in a movie, the more you love it because there's just so many tiny little antics that he does that you pick up on that you don't catch the first time.
He's the king of physical comedy.
Oh yeah, no, and that I think that's why I laugh so much because like he doesn't even have to be making a joke.
I
Like
know
he
what
could
scene
just,
you're thinking
yeah,
of, man.
I've been quoting this scene to him where he's just like when they're trying to find Mary Swanson in the phone book, and he's like, she must be unlisted. Just
Yeah,
like
he does,
that,
like, this
just that
little
little
breath.
stupid
I don't know.
exhale. Just even something like that, something as dumb as that will make me laugh.
Or like the
yeah.
this is his breath every time.
It's oh man, Dumb and Dumber is so good.
Dumb and Dumber
so
2
I
is-
do love that answer. I'll give you a recent answer, like a movie that I went back and rewatched that made me laugh out loud a lot. And I hadn't seen it in forever, but Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Oh, that's a
Yes.
great answer.
So
yeah.
when I rewatched it the other month, I think I hadn't seen it in probably like a decade. It had been a long time, and like I knew I loved that movie, but going back and rewatching it, I laughed out loud so much.
It's so funny. The beginning where he just
Oh
throws
my-
a toy out and is dragging it out the
Bro,
bus.
Yeah.
Like what?
I was like, this movie is perfect. Like this doesn't happen unless the comedic timing and delivery is perfect, and it was for like this small budget movie about.
It was like $100,000 budget, like something really small.
And he
like
got
I think
paid
even
like
less
he
than
got
that.
paid like nothing, bro. He got
He
paid
did.
like
He
nothing.
did. He
had
got
to
paid 1,000, but he
Yeah.
did get residuals down the
Oh,
line.
Yeah,
So
they
he
had to,
probably-
he had to
he ended up
renegotiate
making
that.
a bunch.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
because I think the budget was maybe. I think you're right. It was like maybe like 100.
It was low.
It was low, but it made like over 40 million at the box office, and then the home video sales were insane
Through
as
the
well.
roof.
Yeah.
Yeah, but going back and rewatching that, I laughed out loud so much. A movie about God knows what, like nothing, but
Yeah.
Uncle
There's like
Rico,
zero plot to the movie.
Uncle
Eat your
Rico,
food, Tina. Eat your food.
Fat lard.
between Uncle Rico, Kib, and Napoleon, like Pedro, yeah. For a recent laugh out loud, I would say Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. Another one for P is bench warmers. Where they you just lost your membership at Video Sport. Dang it.
Dang it.
We watched that one a lot as kids, actually.
I've
we
seen
did.
bench warmers a bunch of I can almost quote that movie word for word.
I think I had that movie on PSP.
What? That was
Yeah.
a strange time when they had movies on PSP.
I had
had
Spider-Man
movies.
3 on PSP.
I had Benchwarmers on PSP, Transformers,
Yep.
and Ghost Rider on PSP.
Ooh.
Yeah. Solid collection.
Ghost
That's like a childhood trifecta right there.
And then I forgot to talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
Oh.
I was
shit!
telling you
Yeah.
about.
Oh
All right.
yeah. You said you.
I had an epiphany in the shower.
Yeah,
I'm
what
in the
was this?
shower. I'm just thinking like, and I like had to like get out of the shower. I started my shower early and like had to go sit down and think. So, Logan said in 2029,
Yeah.
the whole purpose of Logan is Professor X kills all the X-Men,
Yeah.
and it's just him and Logan left, and he's the anchor beam of Deadpool's universe, right?
Right.
And Logan knows all about Logan. Deadpool knows all about Logan's death,
Right.
but this movie's not set in 2029.
No.
So it's set in 2024. So that's a flaw in its own. But what about this? How are Megasonic Teenage alive?
Uh-huh.
How is Colossus alive? How is Yukio? How are they all alive?
Well, they were alive in Deadpool too.
Yeah, I know, but it's in Deadpool 3 because they already established that Logan is dead. And that's why the universe is dying.
Oh, because you're saying they're X-Men,
Because they're X-Men and all the
and
X-Men
Charles
died.
killed all the other X-Men.
And this
Yeah.
is not even, so like there's two huge plot holes, not even set like right time.
Because
wise.
Logan.
No, because
Okay,
because
I
that's
don't
not.
think
It's not the
Logan-
same. Logan's a different universe. They established that in
That's
the
why
beginning.
Deadpool's universe is dying out because Logan died and he was the anchor
because
beam.
he did say because
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Ryan because Deadpool was like, oh man, don't worry, I just got
A midlife crisis.
midlife crisis, and he's like, oh, you thought you were the anchor being, that was hilarious, and he's like, no, Wolverine. But
so Wolverine is
So what
already
you're-
dead.
but he is at the TVA. So do they at the TVA already know that Logan
is going to die. Yeah,
So
but he literally went
But
to his
Deadpool
grave.
knew. Deadpool knew how he died, and he knew about.
Okay, but Deadpool.
She knew about X-23.
Okay, but Deadpool knows all. Just so we're clear, because he clearly does not apply to the rules of
True.
timelines, and that's the whole thing with this fourth wall breaking and the TVA. It does open a lot of slippery slopes when it comes to
I think
what
the
is allowed and
multiverse
what
in-
isn't.
The multiverse in general has allowed a lot of slippery slopes to take off with like you really there's a lot of questions.
Because
found.
so while that movie may take place in 2029, us the viewers have already
I'ma
seen
look it up
Logan,
when Deadpool
and
takes place.
whatever us the viewers know, Deadpool also knows, because we have to treat Deadpool like he is both a person that lives in the real world and lives in this comic universe as well. So whatever we've seen, we have to assume that Deadpool has seen as well.
Yeah, because it does take place in 2029.
Yeah, and whatever.
But it wasn't 2029 when Professor X killed everybody. Was it?
Correct.
How long has he been living in Mexico for? Clearly a while.
Yeah.
So what is it? 2 years before? So, like it doesn't add up.
I see what you're saying.
Big plot hole. And there's two of them. It's like,
and I don't know if I'm missing something too because I
can't think of anything. I've seen the movie 4 times too.
No,
Really?
I would have to go back and watch Logan and specifically hear the conversations about.
But I just rewatched Logan.
All right,
and everything you're saying is true. Because, all the X-Men are dead.
and they
Charles Brain
they
is-
specifically say Charles is the one responsible
For what?
for the X-Men being dead.
Well, here's the thing. I don't even think that matters. I don't even. Just the fact
Just
that
the
they
fact
are
that
all dead.
that they are dead.
The fact that
Yeah.
all the X-Men are all dead
by that year.
by that year. And
Let's think about this. How old is Laura in that movie? 8?
right, so
Something
you're
like that.
saying
No,
They started producing New Mutants after the mutants were dead. Let's
Yes.
just think about that. That makes sense. They're not doing
I
that.
think
before.
she's like
Mutants
11,
is,
right?
New Mutants is beforehand. It's like earlier.
It is. New Mutants is beforehand.
Okay, I was-
before Logan. You're right though.
Yeah. Not New Mutants. I mean, like the New Mutants, like Laura and all her
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they started making them because all the other X-Men were dead. Is that why? So like,
Yes.
did Professor X really all kill him?
So they've been gone for a while. They've been gone for a while.
I don't know if that's true, but that would make sense.
Here's the thing. I think the Fox X-Men timelines are just fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Like Mystique dies and
And
Dark
that's-
It's
Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is garbage.
she dies in Dark
Yeah.
Phoenix, but she's in X3.
Right.
Yeah. No, that I don't. Part of me is like I saw her die and I was like, that can't happen.
Yeah.
That literally cannot happen.
Is the First Class movies in a different timeline than the
Well, it's because of the Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
They like
Days of Future Past brings it together?
it like resets it. It's like it's a new universe now because they like changed.
Oh, yes.
They
I
changed
see.
one thing.
I see.
So,
So
like-
she was able to die in Dark Phoenix because it reset the time
Yeah.
in Days of Future
And
Past.
then Dark Phoenix still happened.
But either
bad twice.
but either way, she's still in X123.
But that's in the future, and it's an alternate future before Days of Future Past happened.
Because
But it still makes no sense.
No, dude, it gets so sloppy. It's so annoying.
Damn, so because Deadpool and Wolverine does not take place in 2029.
No.
Like for sure.
And so let's think about it. So it said 6 years later, he was done for 6 years, and he went to Marvel
In 2018. And they specifically
so
said
2024.
2018. So yeah, 2024.
So it's a 5-year gap between Laura being born,
yeah.
these new X-Men, and Logan dying. But
Yeah.
Logan's already dead. And,
Right.
like I doubt that they're gonna be like.
Again, I think it's just like
They should have said Logan's dying. Logan dies
Logan
in
is
5
going to die in
and
2029.
and
Yeah.
every mutant's gonna die.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this is like
See, but
I
honestly,
think they
that-
had to do this in order to not touch upon that Logan's legacy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
Because
but dude, Deadpool has to take place in 2029.
It
It
doesn't though.
no, it has to because he literally went to the
I know that.
wait, but he went there from the TVA,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
in his own universe.
Yes.
So he could have been in the future
Like
of his
2040.
own universe.
Right.
Yeah.
But then at that point, why not just go back in time when he was alive and save him or try to save him?
Agreed.
That's the thing about
Nah, this is why I don't like the multiverse.
time jumping, the
Yeah,
multiverse.
This is why I don't
just-
like it.
It leads down a slippery slope.
It gets
Maybe it's
it
the
gets
same
so
maybe it's the same kind of deal with why they couldn't kill baby Thanos.
yeah.
Right.
No, it's just like it.
I mean, it's just for plot reasons, you can't.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Or however the Hulk explained it.
it gets so
Yeah.
it gets
You
so
go back
sloppy.
in time, it doesn't change
Yeah.
the future. It changes the future of the past, but the past remains the future. So something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Honestly, that I'm not sure that made any sense, but it sounded right.
But imagine like my day was ruined when I thought of that in the shower. I was like,
Really?
Deadpool and Wolverine
Well,
is built off the biggest plot hole ever.
and I did say in our review that I do think the plot is the weakest point of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I mean, the action's amazing, comedy's
Yeah.
amazing, the
Yeah.
suits
Yeah.
No,
costume
yeah, the
design's
acting,
beautiful.
The plot has been the problem with that movie.
Yeah.
Uzi time, baby.
But yeah, Hugh Jackman was amazing. Like those few scenes of just with him in the car,
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, and even at the very end too. I thought there were some great needle drop moments as well with the music. So yeah, there was a lot of great parts to it, but yeah, I would say the plot is the weakest, to be honest.
I need it.
It is interesting.
We need some answers.
Yeah, how are we gonna get them? Because I don't think Kevin Feige can.
I don't think he cares enough to
clean
answer
that
us.
up. No, he's like, this movie's making $1 billion.
I feel like if
I'm
you
gonna
asked
tell
Ryan
y'all.
Reynolds, this would be his response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd just give you Deadpool logic.
He's like, hey, man.
Yeah,
I just made a light 20-30 mil. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, that's Deadpool.
Yeah, casual
Don't know what to tell you.
Co-director, executive producer,
Uh-huh.
screenplay writer.
Yeah.
And dude, he made so much money for that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's probably making back ends too.
I wonder how
Box
much it's at
office.
right now.
Box office?
Yeah,
Yeah. See if it's hit $1 billion yet. Because
because it was at 428 million after the opening weekend.
That's
And then when I
nuts.
checked last, it was past 800 million.
Celebrates second to 1 billion box office of 2024 9 hours ago. Oh, it needs 37 million more. It's at 925 million in global receipts.
Oh wow. So it's almost there.
It's gonna be the number 1 rated R movie of all time.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, because right now it's still Joker,
Barely.
barely. Because
Like-
it
Like to 150.
it's about to pass Oppenheimer already.
I think already. It's like
It might
20
have.
mil away from Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Oppenheimer is right under, and then you
It's
have
right
Joker
under,
in the
yep.
first step. No. So it's just Joker.
Joker. Yep. Yeah.
No, that's nuts.
It'll become the highest grossing rated R movie.
I can't believe Logan didn't make any money.
How
Yeah.
much money did it make?
Nowhere near that.
No, nowhere near the Deadpool movies. The Deadpool movies made a lot. Honestly, I can't believe Joker made $1 billion like that.
That is crazy.
As a rated R, yeah.
Because that seems like a very niche
620
movie,
million.
For Logan.
That's pretty good
That's
for
not-
rated
that's
R.
No, that's
That's good.
good. That's really good.
And that was before the first Deadpool.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it wasn't. The first
No,
Deadpool
it
was
was a year after.
2016.
2016 first Deadpool, then Logan, then Deadpool 2. So,
Wow. So I think Logan's clearly better than all of them.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Logan,
Like critically as a movie, of course.
Yeah,
So
we
good.
just did our X-Men ranking.
They both had Logan 1.
Yeah.
What Logan won? Days of Future Past 2.
That's a little high.
You think so?
I think it's Logan 1, Deadpool 2. Not Deadpool 2.
Oh,
But
God, I was
Deadpool
like,
number 2.
I was like Deadpool 2.
We had it at 3.
Perfect.
Yeah, Deadpool was at 3.
I have First Class at 4.
All right, nice little wrap up. Big shout out to DuckTakes
Thank
for
you.
the love, the hospitality.
Thank you.
Been
so
having a
much.
lot of
Absolutely.
fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great to be on here. Glad we got to, finally meet. I know we'd been talking about, doing a collab together for a while. So glad to make this happen. Glad you're in Florida in the studio. Hope you enjoyed the studio.
Yeah, the
mine-
camera cut off for a second. If you want to continue back what you're saying, I'm in
was I
Florida.
Yes, but great for you to come down in Florida, have you in the studio. Hope you enjoyed the studio. And then, yeah, fun fact for y'all listening. You might have gotten the last recording in the current setup for the studio.
By the time this is up, I bet the studio will be way done.
I think it'll be redesigned.
This will be up in like a month probably.
Yeah. We're gonna do a redesign with the studio, so hope that comes out well. Trying to open up the space in here, but yeah, great to.
How many views to go to a Tampa Bay Bucks game? Us 3.
Not many. I'm down.
No, yeah.
Let's
you,
go.
You don't have to beg me to go to a
5
Bucks
views?
game. So
Let's go.
yeah.
5 views.
All right, Tampa Bay Bucks games. We're gonna go because we're all Bucks fans. Shout out Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker.
Love Baker.
Take us home this year. I know that's a tough glass to fill, but
I'm
hey,
gonna draft Mike Evans again. Make him your number 1 target, please.
I think Baker did a fantastic job.
No, he did
For his
great.
first year with the Bucks, man.
I think he's a great fit.
Playoff bound.
MVP bound. Super Bowl
Should have
bound.
beat the Lions last year, if I'm gonna be honest.
Dude, we
James
should've.
Dean.
Damn.
We should have.
James Dean dropped a pick in the end zone, and Mike Evans dropped a touchdown and throws
Yeah.
right to
Right.
Gardner
Yeah.
Johnson.
That's
Nah,
great.
that was critical.
So sad. But yeah, man, thanks for having us on. Glad
Well,
we were
thank
able to
y'all.
finally make this happen.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll catch you on the next episode.
See ya.